He went to the drugstore. It's fine.
He went to go buy
cigarettes and never came back.
It's fine.
He went to go get me some chocolate milk and then just never came
Yeah,
back.
exactly. It's fine.
It's over, Jotaro. I have the chalky milk.
Yeah.
With the chalky milk, Brian. I'm committing war crimes, Brian.
I'm really tired.
I bombed the children's hospital.
Twinsies.
So tired. I'm so
Same.
slut. Oh look, it's such a cute photo of all of us. Did I show it to you?
No, I
No.
don't care.
No, look
I don't wanna
at
see
all
it.
of them hugging and happy and looking like they're.
I was
They
laying
love
down
each
perfectly
other.
fine and
Oh,
they dragged
so-
me out of my
Look
nap.
at
I
them.
dragged you out of your spot.
Look at them all together and hugging
Delete
and
buttons.
pretending like they love each other.
Oh, I thought you actually went to do it. I was like, oh,
No, it's okay. I have several copies in different places that you'll never be able to find.
that's not weird at all.
That's not weird at all.
You don't want to keep something unless you have 2 copies of it.
Mm.
How do I make a clone of me?
I've been trying to figure that out for years.
They don't live past childbirth.
I've got really I've got melty candy.
We need to have the experiments.
Yeah, some really melty candy.
Okay.
What are you 80? What are you 80? Make me some too.
I have some I have like 10 packs of tea in my backpack.
What kind of tea?
Black tea.
You have green tea?
Grilled tea. I don't know.
Imagine. I'm gonna weep tears.
Hold on. I've got.
Supposed to.
I've got.
I will never do.
Greetings, friends, and welcome to Tales of Ithalian, where a group of nerds and odd ducks play D&D. I'm your storyteller, Jaron Noble. I don't believe anyone else really has to share anything, so without further ado, get comfy, and let's begin.
We apologize in advance.
Yeah, for
I have
real.
lots of
This is gonna be rough.
We're all sleep deprived right now, so.
I think that's gonna make this.
I love how you waited till after I said I don't think anyone had anything to say.
Oh, I have a lot to say.
No, shut up.
How much time do you guys have?
Yeah,
Because we actually have a whole manifesto written out.
welcome to the therapy session.
Welcome to the cult.
Manifesto? What are you, Roger?
No, I'm Karl Marx.
We have 4 different kinds of cookies.
Anyways.
It's fine.
Last we left off, a group of acquaintances, known as the Menagerie, had set up a trap for an arsonist terrorizing the town of Crawler. You all had managed to set up and discuss what you wished beforehand, but as night fell, the arsonist revealed herself and managed to get the item she was using into the house that you baited. Some of the team beset the arsonist, engaging in a chase. Others ran to the explosive doll. And with quick thinking, the bomb doll went up in flames far away so that it didn't hurt anyone, teammates included. Eventually, you knocked unconscious the fire starter and healed her. She was in the midst of attempting to kill herself with a poisonous capsule, a hidden tooth, before she was knocked out, cut open, and bile was sucked out of her stomach.
Don't drink from your water bottle after that.
The poison had worked, but you all managed to buy enough time to question her. This supposed child was revealed to be a half-elf woman, as a ring was removed in the craziness. After questioning dragged on, you learned of something known as the Martyr's Son, and that there could be more dolls waiting to be used. But besides that, you all tortured a dying woman through healing. Until she was put out of her misery. Sergeant Hesella, although perturbed, gave you your reward. A passive casting. Half sign. Before leaving you, in the dead of night, with the corpse of this arsonist that was once known as Kavenda. And that is where we left off. So, Menagerie, you are still standing in the pure darkness. The body of this woman is next to you. Isella is still beginning to wander off with the troops that she had brought with her upon handing you your passive casting. And the troops are right now combing through town, looking for any of these dolls remaining. But your deal has been done.
I will handle the ring in just a moment. If we want to inquire with Hesela about the martyr's son, I believe now would be the time to do so.
I don't think someone would like to talk to you at all.
I think that would be fair, and that information does not concern us.
I'm gonna turn around or direct my attention to wherever COIL is and see how inspect his current temperament.
He saw the whole thing and he's not happy.
Fine, not happy. What can
Choking back tears.
Got it. All right. So I am going to move close to you and get down on one knee to get to closest to your height thereabouts.
He actually backs away slightly.
I understand that was unpleasant, Coil. But do you understand why we had to do that? This person killed people. Innocent people. Her life was forfeit. We needed the information that she had so we could better complete our mission and maybe save others.
He takes a few seconds to respond, but as if either thinking about what he's trying to say or, trying not to break down. I know that we're trying to get information and help people, but sorry, I'm trying to think. I know we're trying to help people, but we didn't need to do it for as long as we did. She was in a lot of pain, and
But
it's not like she said. You all were giggling about it. And
I'm assuming that was more so out of character because the whole
Jaron
situation
made it seem like it was in character because
No.
of how,
I don't think any of our characters would have done that. It was at
Hesela
the point where the
actually-
situation was a little bit goofy. But
Yeah, I
Care
would've-
would not have
yeah, I would have said the same thing, but Hesela made it seem like Hesela directly brought up that a little bit of
the
that
line was a
case.
little blurry, admittedly.
Hesela was more upset about what she was seeing because after a while it became clear to her that this was more for the pain that the woman was experiencing more than it was actual answers, as you guys weren't getting anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, we did not have as much time as we would have liked to plan out our questions. So we tried to keep her alive as long as we could. The fact that this evil person was in pain was not important to us. Do you understand? It is fair.
She might have been an evil person, but she's still a person.
You saw the town. You walked with me inside it. You saw all the burning buildings, the suffering people. This is all her fault. It is right that she is where she is. And it is right that we put her there. We have done a good thing today. In the end, we solved a problem for these people. know the songs and the stories that people tell of heroes and villains. She was the villain and did not deserve mercy.
I try and lean a little bit closer again.
He backs away again slightly again. But that he gestures to the rest of the group where the woman's body is. That didn't look like a thing heroes do.
Life.
You do look, and as for what you did to keep her alive, her face is quite mangled, having taken blows to the temple, having her face smashed into a tree, and then beaten with an umbrella. She does not look like it was humane as to what happened to her.
Life is not like the stories, child. Things are messy, and problems do not have easy solutions.
You didn't have to bash her face against the tree, though. I could have just done my laughter spell.
I was not the one who did that, but it was the easiest thing we could do at the time.
I could have just guessed my spell.
And you are right, that would have been easier. It is by unfortunate happenstance that it wasn't able to go that way.
Quick question, DM.
Sure.
So what exactly do the surroundings look like? Is it like woods?
So you guys are outside of the east door of KELSION. So out here it is the continuation of the Neuron Highway. You can see the sandy path off to your left as you guys ran off to the right of it. Right now it is open, thick green fields of grass along with large boulders that are painting and surrounding the area, along with small clumps of forests and trees, as you've seen before. Not like entire huge woodlands, but they are just small clumpings of bushels and trees every once in a while. But right now you're kind of more in an open space. A few different clumps of nature around you, but right now it's just you and the cold winds with a mangled corpse not too far from you.
COIL begins to sound as if he's trying to say something, but before he can get anything out, he just begins running into the woods.
There's, off a little bit north of you, there is a larger grouping of trees, maybe 2 or dozen feet or so, of just trees and bushes that are interconnecting along with each other, which he runs into. It's almost like the one where you found the worker's body not but several weeks ago. However, it looks bigger, bit of a larger collecting.
I just did a lot of running. I get up back and tiredly attempt to follow him into the forest.
COIL, this is not the time.
Yelling after him, his name.
As you run into the clearing, there is just like this small center space, not even a complete circle, more just this small space of opening in between the thick brush that is around you. But you do find that there's an opening within this gathering of forest and wood as you look up, and there is a perfect bit of moonlight falling down on you at this point as you're right in the center. Your fur has already been somewhat mussied by the running before, but now running through the bushes that are almost equal height to you, it's like you're getting whipped in the face as you go, but as you enter this clearing, it's just a moment of quiet. But you do hear Care calling after you.
Noticing that Kale is running towards him. He decides to.
Are you running after him?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to follow him into the forest as best as I can. And once I lose line of sight, I'm gonna.
You see that, yeah, he does run into like a group of bushes, and then you just almost see the small movement of as if hedges were being cleared as he runs through it. And as you get to it, it's about waist high, and you begin wading through it. Nothing that's stopping you from moving, but he does have the advantage of he could probably hide in this if he wanted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
Hide?
in one of the bushes. Yeah.
Okay.
Would that be a
Stealth check, yes. And perception on Care if you are actively looking for him, or are you just standing there?
I'm gonna. Less so actively looking for him. I'm just making certain that he's not continuing further away.
Trying to.
Oh.
I can't even get that. Yeah, my max is a 21.
Okay.
Nah, 20.
Yeah, you could attempt for it.
That's a 7, boss.
7. As you begin walking through, you notice that some of these are berry bushes, small, different colors. No sign of him so far. You kind of push through. The thinner trees, sap that is thick with them as you place your hand across one and begin searching around, looking behind them, clearing some of the bushes away with your hand, just seeing if you can't catch sight of him. Walking into the middle and seeing the shadow cast down in the moonlight. Look about a little bit more. No sign of him.
I'm gonna stand in the middle of the clearing and cast message to COIL.
Things did not go as well as they could have. I understand this. This was not our finest day. I understand that you are upset. But instead of running away from our problems, let's use this as a motivation to improve, child. That next time we can do better. That is one of the few things I have to teach you. We fail daily. We fail ourselves and we fail others. The only thing we can do is try and do better.
No response. After a little bit, though, he does decide to come out of the bushes.
Are you better now?
He gives a slow nod. A few seconds later, followed by a subtle shaking of his head as he practically lunges forward, wrapping his arms around Kira's leg and just breaking down.
I surprised, like, both arms out, and then wrap both arms around him, leaning down to his height, and just stay there for a moment, hugging him back.
This is the world we live in, but I am glad that you live in it with me.
After a moment, I say,
Let's go rejoin the others, child. There are many more decisions to be made this night.
Okay.
and then walking back, rejoining the others,
You did very, very good listening to me and getting the explosive out of the way. We saved that man, you understand. If we and SAAKA did not do what we did, that man would probably be dead. So although we did not shine as well as we could have, we did do good. And never forget that.
So what are the rest of you doing while this is all going on?
As they walk out of, as I see this happen, and he runs into the forest and he follows, is Acela still in talking distance?
Well, she had collected her armor and had begun to walk away, and at this point would have seen that COIL ran off after a discussion. She looks back to you, turns, and simply starts heading back to the main highway.
If
so, you could catch up to her with a little bit of a jaunt.
I don't want to catch up to her. I just want to. Could I, if I like raise my voice a little bit? Could
you
she
probably
hear
could.
me? Okay. I would. CAEDRIK kind of he kind of collects himself and he thinks about things for a second, and then he goes, "Hey, you know where I can get a shovel?"
She stops dead in her tracks. Slowly turns. What?
I just wanna bury this thing. Just get it.
How respectful.
Okay.
How about you ask her what
Okay.
her plans are for the body?
Unless you had any other ideas.
If she wasn't going to be buried here, they're probably going to take her to the unmarked. So.
Okay. and real quickly, I don't care if they hear. I'm kind of with you. What I don't agree with what just happened. I just want you to know that. But that's kind of why I'm trying to. And then he stops talking.
She looks you over. Your taller dwarf frame, armored, weaponed. I'll get you a shovel.
He nods.
She walks back into town.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to take a little while.
That's fine.
As for the rest of you,
Probably cleaning the blood off my hands and whatever blade there was.
yeah,
Using my own water skin.
beginning to rinse it off. Doesn't come off super easy, but it is washing as you're rubbing it off, taking it away bit by bit. Doesn't look like there'll be any stains. However, you notice that your hands are shaking slightly, as that was something you've not had to do before, and you still are attempting to calm your breath.
Have we searched the body yet? I know you got the ring.
That was.
I think I found like
Satyr found some.
I think I found like some copper. That
There was no papers, no anything.
I don't think you can go back over. I'm gonna be cleaning.
Okay.
Mainly my hands.
Thanks for letting me know. Way to keep us all in the loop. Yeah, I'll just go through the body just one more time just to make sure there isn't.
Make an investigation check. SAAKA needs a d20.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's the rest of the place.
She may have to give you back this dice set. You still see how she starts rolling.
It's an 11.
An 11.
Yeah, no.
Picking through her body, looking, trying to check pockets or any sort of nook and cranny. It's empty. And this takes a few minutes. As you're beginning to go through and try and do a thorough search, you're not finding anything And by the time that you are beginning to get done is around the same time Hesela starts turning the corner with the shovel in her hand. As she begins
she's
walking.
coming, I'll just try to pretend like I'll straighten up the body instead of searching it. Just be like, oh,
Suddenly, SAAKA just begins to like search through to like straightening out the clothes, the arms, legs, checking the eyelids if they're closed or not. As Hesela walks forward, her eyes squint a bit, and then she walks towards you and thrusts out a smaller shovel to you.
He takes it and he nods.
I had to find the child size.
oh.
I deserve that. And he, I'll just kind of go over by where...
Is your business done here in CAEDRIK, or should we expect more of you?
I'm not here, I don't believe yet.
No, you're...
Yeah.
This is the scenario where you are
Yeah.
still in the clearing.
Yep.
I think our plan was to move on to your hometown. Am I not?
Okay.
Right,
Correct.
I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
We need to get the other signature.
So no.
Okay.
Unless you needed something else from us.
Lux told me that he left something in his wagon for you all. Excuse me. Besides that, no, I have nothing else for you.
Pleasure doing business with you.
The job got done. We'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not until next time.
We shall see.
Indeed.
Do you think Karen and COIL are okay?
No. I mean, he ran off into the woods.
I want to say they'll be fine. It's just...
What?
A little kid like that, how do you react to a situation like this where we went overboard? I know we were trying to get information, but we did take it too far.
I don't think I've ever seen. Kara is the old man, the cool, collected, calm one. I don't know what that was.
Panic.
Was it
Very much so,
revenge?
panic. It's just a lot of panic.
You sure?
I think as time went on, it turned into something else. Whether
You ask me, I think he kind of liked it a little too much.
I don't care who you are, I doubt bile tastes good a second time round.
That's not what I'm talking about. You know that.
I mean, he's a snake.
Doesn't make it any better.
Don't you have a grave to start digging
Hey, you shut the fuck up.
with your child-size shovel?
It's a trowel.
I go to fake smack you in the head with it.
Stands up a little taller.
She is shorter.
I just kind of reach like this.
He's a bit more of a
Lynn.
zero rather than a Stanley illness.
Surprisingly, she is stockier than you. In frame-wise, she is a little bit wider than you. For a dwarf, you don't find that very often.
Okay.
She gives you a blanky stare and sizes you up.
Lane, it's a plastic trowel.
As
It's a sand shovel.
It's like
I do-
yellow.
I do agree with her though, so I'll turn around, I'll kind of, and I'll start digging moderately, like a decent grave. I don't want to like leave like a lump of like, you know how they have like a lump of dirt. I want to like make it flat,
Okay.
so where like no one knows if that body's there.
Sure. You realize that this will probably take a little
I
bit
assume
as
it'll
you
take a
begin to dig into the grass and dirt and begin to pull up, and you feel the tear of the grass and of the ground itself. You begin to just chunk by chunk begin working the beginning breaking of it, and then looking back to her, trying to eye up the size of it so you're not going too large or too small, and beginning to continue. This will probably take several hours.
I got the time.
SAAKA comes up next to you and takes her greatsword, kind of starts breaking up the ground for you
Oh.
with her greatsword.
That is not
As you
good
go
for
in.
blade.
No, it's not.
She begins
That-
sinking her
that
greatsword
actually-
piece by piece into the ground, allowing you to get into a little bit of a fold, work it up, and
Mm-hmm.
tear it off a tiny bit easier.
He sees that you're doing this, and he's still kind of a little angry with you because you made fun of him, but he just keeps digging. You know, he gives you a slight nod. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on for the night, I guess.
Alright. At this point, Care and Coil rejoin the party.
Are you burying her?
It's the only thing I can think of doing.
They have no other use for her body.
And I hope you don't either.
I look at it with a weird expression.
It occurs to me that she had a hideout here. Whether or not we care to go looking for it is something we might want to discuss.
She was just heading up the highway, correct? Like north?
Technically, she would have been running south.
South? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Repton is the southernmost point of
Oh,
the
okay.
town.
So she was heading. I thought she was heading the other way. My bad. Okay.
Hasela said that Lux had left us something in his wagon back in town. So
And that's my bad. I said east earlier. Don't worry.
we should possibly go see what that is about.
I can kind of tell they don't really want us here much more.
See what that is, make our decision from there.
That sounds like a wise idea. Did one of you grab her ring?
Toss it to you after I took it off her.
Okay, in that case, I did not ask that, and I'm going to start identifying that ring.
Sure. No random wildebeest comes and attacks you in the 10 minutes it takes.
Rad.
Yeah.
Dang.
Upon finishing the casting, it is a ring of disguise self.
I'm assuming it is once per long rest.
Give me one moment. Twice.
Okay. Oh, that is it's all day.
This does exactly what you'd expect it to do. You could go for like 16 hours as a disguised individual. Or you could change your disguise once. I don't really have the voice for disguises.
Satyr kind of pipes in and he goes, "No, I'm not really the begging type, but if you're not gonna use that, it would be nice to look a little taller every once in a while." And he chuckles.
Given those who are chasing you, that might not be unwise.
Agreed.
Starting bid is 10 gold pieces.
I toss it to you.
Sweet. Do I have to attune to it?
No.
Okay. Sweet. I'll put it on my left pinky. It's a
It doesn't really fit the gauntlet.
dang. Oh yeah. I'll take the gauntlet off and put it on my finger.
It fits a little bit better. It doesn't seem to like grow or shrink or expand to your finger size. So for a dwarf pinky, it's a little bit tight, but it works.
I'll get used to it. And it's twice a long rest.
Yes.
I shouldn't be asking you. I should be asking him.
Oh, that's
Yeah. So how often can I do this?
So, you can cast Disguise Self, which lasts for an hour twice a day, which then refreshes after a long rest.
He starts thinking, and then he just laughs out loud. I think I'm gonna have some fun with this. And then he'll go back to digging. While I'm digging, though, while we're all kind of talking, and I'm just kind of digging away, I pipe up and, now, which one of you guys has business in Repton? Or is it all of you?
Oh, Repton is where you need to get the other signature, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Can I think of any priests in Repton? Like major religious groups that are...
Make a general intelligence check. Been a while since you've been in town.
You're doing me dirty, man.
Yes, I am.
6.
6. Not off the top of your head.
Oh, God. You tell it. Bro, you... whatever.
Based off memory.
I know. He doesn't say anything. He's thinking to himself. You can probably find... I mean, I don't remember, but you could probably find the other signature you need there.
That would be very helpful. It's also good to figure out how the paperwork works for this one here. I say, gesturing to Coil.
Oh, yeah. Well, any of you guys still?
I blanked when it came to him. I forgot to ask about a pass for me. I'm still technically not allowed to cast. I just seem to get away with it.
Once you find another clergy of your god, they would give it to you, yes?
Yes, I was hoping to get a jump start here, but with all the things that happened, it was not top priority.
Does you gotta have a church?
Yes.
I'm assuming not here.
I don't know here. Maybe.
Have you ever talked about who you serve? I don't seem to recall.
No, I have not. And I shall not for now.
Come on!
You do remember being told of the church here being of the same alignment.
Oh.
That would be useful.
I guess I did not write that down. I did not remember writing it down.
You were told to speak to Anagon.
Whoops.
I have that name down. I just don't have the rest of it down.
Take better notes.
I have the name. I forgot about the church.
Like, I'm the one that should be talking.
Yeah.
So, wagon, sleep, tomorrow morning, your church.
We cannot get to the church in one night. Repton.
Oh wait, the church is
Month-long
in Repton?
Is it in Repton?
No,
Yeah.
it's in Crowder.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, it's
It's
in
cool.
the same town.
We've been in the same town as your church.
I am so tired.
It is.
These are things specifically Kelsion was told, I believe, so the others would not really know about this.
But the others now.
I told you because I felt like Nick was forgetting and Kelsion
I
was
was
trying to play
definitely
dumb.
forgetting.
Yeah.
Alright,
Don't
well,
worry about it.
just save me a bag. I gotta take care of this thing first.
I'm gonna go
Would these be things
check
you
out
share,
what's
though?
in the
Yeah.
cart.
Okay.
I would at least
I'll go with you.
share that.
Oh wait,
it
no,
is
I'm with you.
here.
I'm helping you break down the dirt.
You don't have to. If you want to go with him, you
Who
can
I
go with
need to
him.
talk
I
to.
got this.
I'm gonna stay with you. While you dig the grave.
Okay.
Heading to the cart. If you want to come with, go on ahead.
Myself and Coil.
I'll stay watching you dig the grave.
If you're gonna do that, you might as well just go with them.
Stanley Yelnats.
No? What?
Holes.
Zero!
Actually, no, you're
You
more
guys
the
are gonna-
height for zero.
You guys are gonna come back to CAEDRIK and he's armed. He's just holding his shovel.
In an orange jumpsuit.
Somehow.
I have eaten nothing but old jam for 4 days.
Alright.
It's been 2 hours.
Feels like it's been 4 days.
Anyways,
Wagon.
make yourself to the western side of town, where the wagons were locked. It is without any sort of cover or canopy at this point. Just the bare wagon itself, the beautiful red paints, the greens, the orange and gold. Everything seems well painted. There's now a backboard to it that has been placed instead of it just being empty, allowing anyone to enter into it. But once again, it is without its cloth cover. The shelves have been taken out. It is just the wagon itself. It looks to be still usable. Has reins still placed up on where the driver would be. But as you approach and just peek over the side into it, you see what look to be 3 buckets and a note lying in between the 3 of them.
I go and read the note.
As you pull yourself up from one side into it, it looks to be that it is paint in each one of these buckets. One moment. One looks to be just a pure black paint. It turns slowly by itself and then sits. The other is a soft whitish silver, and the third is an orangish gold. The note, as you pick it up and open it, is one last gift, Menagerie. Enjoy. Raven Luxley. Under the note, you see that there is several different types of brushes from thin to thick.
Home improvement episode. Let's go.
So this is okay.
Oh, fun.
Rest of the session is just CAEDRIK making Tim Allen noises.
I hate you. Oh my god.
It's been a while since I've indulged in arts and crafts with you, COIL.
COIL is already sneakily trying to take the art supplies.
Are they like big buckets?
Yeah, they are large buckets of
Like half of
with
his height.
DATH'TAN is standing in front of them.
I'm standing over them, and I just see
You do
walk
see
up-
that COIL like sneaks up, grabs onto from the left corner of the whitish silver paint, and slowly begins dragging the bucket away.
Just grab it back and pull it back into the road.
You see the green tiefling hand grab onto the bucket and slowly push it back, your feet dragging back with it to the center.
Where are you trying to go? If you got down, you would have spilled the entire paint.
Hey,
Why is that funny?
Yeah, I was
I can't wait till 30 minutes from now. You guys have dunked COIL and are throwing it against the
Yeah,
center.
just dunk COIL against
What are you
There
gonna
we
do with
go.
that? You can't
Paint.
go. Like this paintbrush.
Lane, is this gonna be the unlimited
He's
soup
just
salad
using
and
his tail
breadsticks from
as
my
a
favorite
brush.
two-man game the other night?
No, we're not bringing that into this.
All right. So,
Oh
if I'm
my
not
God.
mistaken, it is just 4 of you right now.
That's
Yep.
4. Where's Abby? Aneth?
Aneth
Abigail?
probably
Abed?
would have followed you guys.
Abigail.
She's been a little bit quiet due to what she's witnessed.
Fair enough.
I suppose that painting should probably wait until tomorrow morning, if
When we can see the colors
But
properly.
yeah.
Exactly. I also don't know what even to begin with this. I will leave this to the more artistic members of the party.
COIL tries to paint the caravan with fairy fire.
I guess only reasonable thing to do now is rest until morning. Yes,
Yeah, I think that would be the only thing to do.
that was a good night's work, all things considered.
Okay. At best.
I don't recall if we retained the bedrolls and stuff previously. I
You
think
guys
I had
kept
some.
them. You guys
Yeah.
didn't hand them back. You guys kept the ones Lux
Okay.
handed out.
I'm gonna just roll out mine and one for Coil. Pretty much inside the wagon. I have 2 blankets. I'm just gonna put those on top of them.
I am going to turn in for the evening. You do as you see fit. Yourself, Coil? No, you are not allowed to paint yet.
You're going to ask.
Are there like lids to like the buckets of paint?
No, they're not like buckets. They are literally just like I'm sorry, they're not cans. They are just literal buckets. So
So-
there's no like lid or anything.
Like
Just
pails,
literal-
kind of?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Okay.
Looks like you can just pick them up from the side. Really, they're not heavy.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna pick them up from the side and put them
as
behind
you
the
grab
wheel.
them and lift, they shimmer and glow a slight bit, shift and settle once again.
Magic paint.
Okay. And after I get all 3 of those, I'm just gonna sit up against the wheel and probably fall asleep.
Sure thing. Everyone else?
I'm gonna go over to ANETH for a little bit, even if just to give her company, because Corey would have noticed that she seemed pretty affected by the whole fiasco.
Aneth is just pale for the most part. She keeps looking down at her feet as she's resting up against the cart itself and fidgeting. Sees you approach. Gives a weak smile.
Is everything okay? I mean, I know it's not, but...
Oh, I'll be alright. We'll just have to see what happens, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Do you need anything while we're still up?
I think I'll be okay.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
He hugs her leg for a second and then just, and then walks back to Kara.
She smiles a little bit wider and rests back up on the wagon, watching you walk away.
I help morale.
Alright. The night is cold, but along with your exhaustion, the tiredness, some injuries keeping you up for a little bit, you all manage to catch some sleep.
How long does it take me to dig?
It was about 2 a.m. when all this happened.
Okay.
So we're probably talking about 5 a.m., 5:30
Okay.
by the time that you're done, or at least finished with the hole.
At some point, do you leave or?
I'd stay with you.
Okay.
It is about 5.5 feet down.
Okay.
Looks to be the right size, but you still need to lay the body in and get the dirt back.
You mind
into
giving
it.
me a hand?
Yeah. You take the top half, you take the bottom half.
Her face is pretty rough.
Mm.
This body has a cut or two that has been keeled over, but is still visible. However, her face is pretty well beaten to unconsciousness.
Is there like any?
At a certain point, it looks like it's been mended, but there are still like blotches and marks that look like there's been previous bruising or injury. You may have healed her to keep her alive, but it was probably a very painful experience overall.
Is there like an overcoat or anything she was wearing?
She was wearing a form of a hood.
Okay. Okay, yeah. As I'm assuming the body gets laid in successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I take the hood and I put it over her face.
Okay, so you take it off of her and lay it over her front end.
Yep. I just put it over her face, and then I'll start filling it back up.
By the time you're done, it's probably going to be about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Dawn will be coming around soon.
So
You're the religious one. Do you have any prayers you would like to say?
I got a couple. I might, but I'll do that later. As I'm kind of filling in the dirt, I kind of look over and I go, so what's your story?
What?
I mean, I don't fucking know you.
I don't know you either.
Exactly.
What's your story?
I asked you first, okay?
Fine. What specifically would you like to know?
Anything other than a name?
I hit things when I get mad.
Okay, like not just like base level shit. Like, where are you from?
Where are you from?
I'm from Repton.
Oh, we knew that. Okay, before we start getting into me, one question I did have for you. You're so close to home. Why are you here?
I just got back from like learning about my God and all that stuff.
Bible camp.
I'm just out of Bible camp. I just got home when I met up with the Jaeger and that goat lady. So,
Anna?
yeah,
Does she know you call her a goat lady?
I don't think so. And I hope she never will.
It's
And he
probably best
chuckles.
not to
He chuckles.
tell her that.
But, I don't know what I'm doing, really. I'm just,
So you're green and pretty fresh.
he nods. That's a weird way to describe it, but yeah.
Is your God happy with you?
I don't fucking know. Probably not. I just helped torture a lady.
How does one know that their person, their God, and
Well, I wasn't
Yeah,
struck by
just-
lightning tonight, so.
is that your God's thing? Lightning?
I kind of point to the sigil of a lightning bolt on my chest plate. Or on my cape. Kind of.
The deep blue fist with lightning striking down on either side with the storm clouds above is what he gestures to.
SAAKA gets uncomfortably close, just kind of look at it.
Nah, she's more of a water person, and he chuckles. I'm just trying to kind of get experience, kind of, you know? I got a lot of learning to do. And I ended up with you people.
You gonna stick with them?
I mean, probably. I'll go back home, see what's going on there.
You gonna stay home?
Nah, Repton fucking sucks.
How old are you?
He takes way too long, but I'm like 45, right?
55.
I'm 55.
You're an old man and you're just now learning stuff?
Well, I'm a dwarf. You know, it's a little different for us.
Is it?
Do I know? I don't know to calculate, like, how old I would be, like, in half-orc years, correct?
Well, I mean, a year is a year. You have
Yeah, but,
simply
like-
lived longer.
Yes, but I age differently, and do I know how half-orcs age?
They,
I would rate.
I would say,
Yeah.
make the history check.
History. Okay. 4.
You have no idea.
How does that work? How are you so old and so inexperienced? Sounds like with life, even.
I spent a lot of time at home. I wasn't always a, and he puts in air quotes, religious person.
What were you before being religious?
I don't know, just a stupid kid.
At the age of 55.
Yeah, most of the people that my age are pretty young, in a sense.
That must be nice.
It's weird. Especially living in a town as weird as Repton, where not everyone's a dwarf.
Not everyone is the same as you?
Nope. It's mostly like half-elves and humans, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly just like half-elves and shit, like this lady.
Where I'm from, you are all the same. There's not much difference, not much variety.
Well, that's no fun.
Everyone has certain expectations of what you're gonna do, what you're going to be. You're all the same.
So they like teach you to hit shit, and that's like all you're good for? Is that what they tell you?
They teach you to fight. They teach you to hunt. You don't have many opportunities. As you do, I'm assuming, living in a place with other people, other kinds, getting to choose whether or not to be a kid or go practice religion. I can't tell you where I'm from, but it is a long ways from here.
I'll take it.
Very different.
All right.
Is your parents still alive?
Oh yeah. Fucking assholes.
Are you the only one?
I am. Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yes. Yep, just me. As far as I know, unless something happened in the...
Do dwarves have a lot of children, or is this just like an unusual occurrence?
I don't really know. I don't really know any other dwarves besides my family.
You guys are the only ones.
Pretty much.
Why are you guys in Repton? Don't you guys have a clan of your own people?
I don't know. Ask my parents.
You're very uneducated about your kind.
Yeah, we're short. We got these beards. And that's all I really know. That's all I really care about.
Weird.
I mean, I've never really had the opportunity to know about the culture of my people, you know? Most of the people I see are half-elves and humans.
Did you used to grow up thinking you were a half-elf or a human?
No, I wasn't that stupid. I was just shorter than everyone else. Yeah, but I'd kick their ass.
What do you think about the people we're traveling with? It seems like everyone has an agenda.
They're weird. That old man, I don't know. I think he's... I don't know. I think he's kind of a toss-up, him and that little kid. Like, that's not his kid, right?
I don't believe so.
And everyone's just, like, okay with that.
Honestly, I met them on a boat, and the kid was just there.
So no one fucking knows. Okay. I mean, that might be something we want to know before we start traveling with them, right?
I mean, I guess he could have kidnapped him, but
I mean, here's the thing.
One thing I should. Sorry, I was gonna say. One thing we should probably note. Her first impression of COIL was shoving an entire dead rat into his mouth.
yeah.
In the bottom of a boat.
In
I
the
forgot about
In the
that.
bottom of a boat while she was chained to the
Yeah.
wall.
I'm just saying, the kid seems way too innocent to be a kid from that man. And
Well,
mean-
the kid does shove dead rats up his face. So,
it just means he's hungry, right?
do you eat dead rats?
No, I'm not a cat. That's a cat.
He
I-
crunch.
And here's the thing. I mean, I do want to make sure, like, everyone's gonna be okay. Like, are you gonna kill me?
Not at this particular moment.
Okay, I'm not gonna kill you. We're good. I don't know if I trust that wolf guy though. He seems like he's like kind of just like the hides away and
He's very.
he's got a lot
moody.
going on.
I don't know. He pisses me off beyond like no other.
I think he's pretty funny.
He cut off your fingers.
Yeah, it was funny.
Your form of entertainment is actually not quite bad. But I don't know. He doesn't tell. I mean, I'm not one to talk, but he kind of did try to kill everyone, and then he was fine, and then he's not, and then he is.
Seems like he's got a lot going on up there, you know. And then that other guy, I've said like 3 words to him. I don't know anything about him. He's just kind of there.
He's like the silent type.
Yeah, but he's with the wolf guy. I think there's like a thing going on. I don't know.
I will say they make a pretty good team. Before we got on the boat, they were doing this show of some sort. They were stealing from people, obviously, but
I didn't touch a coin.
Of course they were stealing.
they
Okay,
were stealing.
okay.
But the tricks they were doing, what they were entertaining the people with was. I'd never tell them this to their face, but it was amazing.
Didn't he stab himself in the hand?
That was later.
Oh, that was later, okay.
Oh, I totally forgot. As I kind of lay the body down, and before I started like filling it up with dirt, the bag of like the money that I got from her person, I put it in there. And I just started digging. I started filling it. I just wanted to mention that because that was kind of important to me as I.
And then I don't really know what's going on with what's her name, ANETH. When I met her, like the Jaeger had like kidnapped her or something. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Is she okay?
I don't know. She seemed pretty like peppy and energetic when I first met her. When it was me, her, and the Jaeger.
I feel like we may be hurting more people than we're doing good. Being together is hurting them more than being apart.
I think you're right, but I think if anyone wanted to leave, they just leave, you know? I think everyone's getting something out of this. I mean, I'm getting something out of this. I don't care about the money.
What are you getting out of it?
I'm learning. I'm learning how to do this cleric thing. I'm learning how to...
Learning how to torture people.
Yeah. I'm never gonna say it to his face, but it was really hard for me not to just, like, put her out of her misery. That was grotesque.
It started off with a purpose, and then somewhere I've killed a lot of people in a lot of different ways. But that started off with a purpose, but it did not end with one.
I mean,
I don't know where in his mind it changed for him.
I don't know. I don't want to just just like make assumptions, but like
You can tell.
he nods. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna fill in this hole. So I don't know.
Alright.
I mean, if you gotta go get some sleep, I'm just gonna finish. I'm gonna finish this before I come back.
No, Saaka will help you. She'll start pushing the dirt.
Okay.
She silently goes and starts pushing the dirt with her hands. She doesn't care about getting dirty.
Okay.
The sun begins to rise by the time that you
Yikes. He verbally. Uh-oh.
Well, I can see who's sleeping on the first part of the trip.
It's fine. You can sleep in the wagon.
So, the two of you do have a point of exhaustion, as no sleep was had for an entire night.
Okay.
But the body is laid to rest.
Mhm.
The rest of you wake up.
I do? Shocking.
Actually, at this point, it would have only been 4 hours into a long rest. So, you guys would wake up, but a bit later in the day.
All right. So as we start walking back, like when we get back, I mean, do I know where they were going?
They were speaking
Back to
about
the library.
sleeping.
Okay, so I'm gonna head back to where we slept like the last time.
So, near the wagon.
We
Okay.
need to head back.
You head
to
back
the
there and you
wagon.
find the rest of your group. By the time that the bulk of you wake up, if you guys are taking a long rest yourselves,
I'm probably gonna do
SAAKA,
the same.
CAEDRIK, long rest.
Yes.
It will probably be a while, but it's
That's
roughly
fine.
9 in the morning, 9:30 by the time the rest of you start rustling awake.
I'm gonna wait till they all wake up before I go to sleep. So I'll kind of just like,
Okay.
like, is there like, I'm just gonna like sit, and I'm not gonna even go inside the wagon. I'm like, is there like any like tree next to it I can just go lean up against?
Within the town? No, not really.
Okay, never mind.
There's several rickety, roughshod homes.
Just something I can lean up against and stay awake.
Going
while-
up and finding either a patio and or corner of a house that you can just lean against and watch is easy enough.
Mhm.
The compatriots wake up to see CAEDRIK not too far away watching.
You get any sleep last night?
I was waiting till you guys go to sleep or wake up.
Did SAAKA go to sleep?
SAAKA?
It's more of like a. It's not like a full deep sleep. She like kind of leans against whatever she can lean against.
Okay.
And it's like a light rest.
So, Lux's gift for us was some paint.
He kind of is like, paint? I mean, okay, is it like magic or anything?
Not as far as I'm aware. Very interesting paint, though.
Did you check?
I did not cast Identifier on it, if that's what you're asking.
That's not, I mean,
Do you want to see the paint?
it's paint. What color is it?
There is white, black, and an orangish gold.
Alright, so we got paint. I mean, I don't really have any use for it. I'm gonna go to sleep. I am very tired.
That would be fair.
I'm gonna just stay in the wagon.
Is there any particular tasks you would need to have done here while we are awake?
I'm pretty much ready to start heading south. So,
Is SAAKA already asleep or
She's listening to you guys. She's kind of laying there.
anything else you need accomplished before we head out?
Nope.
Alright. If you would like to head to your church and handle your thing, I would kind of like to go at least glance around for Kavenda's hideout.
You should probably come with me because you can get your religious side signed off.
Do you
Maybe.
think your clergy would sign off?
No way until you try.
That's fair enough. I will go with you then.
If we get this signed off here, you're fine instead of having to wait another month for and having to keep it secret.
Sounds good. I will follow you then.
And I will follow the directions of the people.
Oh yeah, we don't know where this church is.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, that's
First one's always bad. Yep, first one's always bad.
Getting it out of the way.
That is 15.
15. Not bad at all.
Modifiers.
Gotcha. Talking to most of the nearby people in groups, you are pointed to the southern region of town, where you come across a much larger building. It's almost like two separate ones that are just like right next to each other, almost connected together. Upon approach, you will find a cylindrical hut of compiled stone with clay, all intermingling and holding it together. A domed stone roof atop it, almost like a small mushroom cap that is above this initial place. Connected to this small structure on the hut's left side is a much longer, larger building running further back. A flat shingle roof that is beaten and weathered and scuffed. Some of the shingles looking as if they are knocked loose, just barely hanging on. This building is a little bit taller than the hut, made by the same method of compiled stone with poured in clay, but with much more precision and care. However, there are several places across its surface where there's visible cracks within the stone. A door can be seen at the front of this building. This small stone face, the dark wooden doors with black metal handles. They seem old yet are well kept. Two small metal sockets that look like they could be filled in with a gem sits empty within the door where the people would be. Across the left side of the church, there is a line of stained glass windows about 5 feet from the ground, extending 8 or 9 feet tall each. What looked to be almost blurred normal window, but with deep green followed with a soft pink outline. It looks stained glass, but not for the outside to see. It's faded, but still very noticeable. A single thin belfry rises from the left-hand corner of this building. Poorly made, as it is a series of planks and several binding ropes with flat-covered, multi-layered roof that is placed above the bell. This entire thing bows downwards under the dark metal bell that hangs, the weight of it making it creak and moan on a minute-to-minute basis. Off to the right of this front entrance, you see the stacked rock fence, about waist height, being built on other side of this stone hut on the side that is pretty much connected to it. Beginning at the front corner of the church, outstretching and making a square perimeter right in front of the smaller connected structure.
I guess.
You do see that with like this small rock fence off to the right, there is a poor excuse for a wooden gate, which looked like whoever made it may have taken the top section off of a few of the pointed tips of the wooden wall of the town itself. A straw and hay cover with thin wooden supports on its corners outstretches from the long church, giving cover to an anvil and trough of oils that is right next to this small hut. A bowled-out fire pit sits just outside the straw and hay cover itself, just to the left of the entrance if you would walk through. But you have the church building, and it looks to be this small smithies area.
I guess I'll head to the... Does it seem like behind the stained glass there's any sort of flicker of movement indicating someone may be.
It is blurred from the outside
Okay.
looking in. It is hard to. You'd really have to get up and look into
Okay.
it.
Then I guess I'll just head to the door of the church.
Sure. As you walk up to the main door, try it. It's unlocked. Opens easily. Are you going inside or?
I'm gonna stick my head in and sort of call out just like, hello? And then just wait for a response. See if there is any.
Silence for a few moments. Hello?
Hi, my name is KELSION. I'm a cleric. I hail from Blestus. I was told to meet Analan, if I have that name correct.
Onagon,
Anna.
come on in.
Okay, and then I enter.
As you enter through the main door, you are presented with a simplistic but not poor sight at all. An immediate staircase is right in front of you, which greets you as you enter. A few feet wide with only a few steps, a banister lining it, spreading to the left and right up top, stretching a few feet to meet the wall as you reach the top of the steps. A wide, soft carpet is underneath your feet, a brilliant pink with hints of green placed about, as random crystalline shapes within it. You are now in this main sanctuary. You see that the carpet runs forward down the middle of the cathedral to the foot of a main platform at the very far end of the church. Several small pews are placed in straight aisles, but are incomplete. You see that these pews aren't long enough to make full rows. Where the pews end, several older wooden chairs with no armrests or well-made backsides are placed next to them in an attempt to finish each individual row. Either the chairs are simply spaced far enough, or another small pew is used in each row to at least reach the wall itself. You see that each row is actually lined perfectly with the stained glass windows that you could see, and now that you take a look at them off to your left, they make a beautiful art piece, showing Reyna in her graceful form of crystal beauty, releasing small crystals of green from one hand and smattering of colorful stars in the other. Each window is these crystals and stars fluttering about like leaves traveling on a pink sky and wind across each window. As you look up, several wooden beams run from one end of the roof to another, supporting it in rows upon rows of strong beams. They remain planted into the sides of the wall and give the flat surface to the roof. The main raised platform in front of you, as you look there and take a closer look, is at the far back of the church. The main platform of stone is made of a much more refined gray stone. There are steps off to the left and right, only 2 high, and as you reach up to it or take a look at it, it is a semicircle shape connected to the back wall. You look to see that at the very front and sides of this platform, what you think are braziers of stone at first, well crafted and smooth, instead look to be bird baths. Filled with cool, clean water, the platform itself is cracked through its center as you begin to take up to the steps. The right side slightly raised higher as if pushed up on in this crack, sitting at an angle. No one is here at the moment. You do see that there's a door found off to the right at the foot of the platform. You hear what looks to be rustling and noises as if someone is getting ready.
Okay. Then I'll go to sort of one of the front row pews and then sit and wait there.
Sure thing. Pull up notes on that. Speak too much yourselves.
I guess.
I don't like to talk to myself, but I look crazy.
Unless you would have specified otherwise, COIL and Care would have followed you and kind of like awkwardly.
I kind of told you to follow me because I knew that this is something that you kind of probably need to at least
try.
give a attempt.
Yeah.
think we're sleeping, right?
Awkwardly end up
You two
sitting
are
next to
sleeping.
you.
I'm lying down there with like a rock just tossing into the air, just being bored.
Within a moment, you see a man exit through the door, and he begins to walk up to the stage, the uneven platform he simply doesn't seem to mind or give notice to. He looks a little bit lost in thought, but is attempting to pay attention to the new guests. A human man, dark black hair with bits of gray that reaches down to his shoulders. A little unkempt with stray hairs all around. His face seems heavy and burdened. Several forehead creases and frown lines on his brow. His face looks tough, as if made of leather. He looks to his guest slowly, deep blue eyes, and a soft smile breaks across his face. He's wearing a sun-bleached pink robe with a jade green stole, the symbol of Reyna placed upon it. The smiling stage mask with a needle and thread running through it, arced above 5 great wings. Welcome to the Iron Shaft Church. Don't let the name fool you. We are no steel disciplinary types here. Derek simply named the building since his father helped build it. This is a place of shelter. Trust me. I am Onagon. Who might you all be?
My name. I'm the one who spoke up earlier. I am KELSION.
Ah,
This
yes.
is Care and COIL, and I gesture to them respectively.
I wasn't really expecting this. Sorry, it took me a moment.
Yeah, no worries. I kind of came around announced.
Of course.
Perhaps I'm wrong, but I would have thought that people would go searching for their god's assistance in times of trouble like this.
These are stressful times. Not many are looking for... Not many come to me. I normally go to them.
When I started to head over here, I was told there were certain rules about the lands over here where you can't cast as freely as other places, and I was told I needed to acquire some sort of pass. I know there's another cleric that we're traveling with. He has this pass, but I was wondering if you could help elaborate on that.
Well, in what sense?
I'm told that you cannot really cast freely without
That much is true.
incurring some sort of wrath from the gods, and that I was to go to any of the churches of Reyna to acquire one of these passes. That way I could cast with a bit less restriction.
I could only help you with one of the 2 signatures.
I understand that, and I will work on getting the other one, but at least having one half of the puzzle is better than having none.
If I may ask, what is your business?
I'm here traveling with it was originally just traveling here with a friend, keeping him safe, and now it's turned into I'm traveling with a group, trying to keep them safe and still trying to spread joy.
Make a persuasion check.
I foresaw this moment, and I am going to give you a 15 on your persuasion roll.
As much as I trust my dice, I'm going to go with the 15 on that. I'm at there. That should be
Persuasion.
trying to do the math. 12. Not that. No. Other math is what I was trying to do. 22 total.
22.
Yeah.
He looks to you. I myself don't really have the proper paperwork ready for making such a signage. I have the authority to sign, but if you don't have a pass, then I'm afraid I cannot help you.
If I can get the right paperwork for you to sign, could I come back later today and re-ask for your signature?
I don't see why not.
Thank you.
Yes.
On the other hand, I gesture over to Care.
I pull out my half-completed paperwork. I am one of the people with whom KELSION is traveling with, and I have a half-completed paperwork that has been signed by Hesela.
And you're wondering if I was signed.
Yes. Now, I don't know what the protocol for that is. My other signatory made me perform a task by capturing the arsonist.
If I can take a guess, I'm going to hazard that was Hesela.
Correct. I hold up the paperwork.
I spoke to her in the past recent days. Disciplined woman.
An interesting individual, but a good one, I would say.
Her heart's in the right place.
Now, I don't know whether Hesela's word enough would be proof of my worthiness for your signature. So, what would be?
Looks you over. Looks at COIL. The little one.
Hello.
How are you?
Better.
He attempts to get down, but you see he winces in pain slightly. So he just smiles and stands back up to his full height, and he goes, "Do you know this one?"
He gives someone eager nod.
What do you think?
I think he's nice.
He puts his hands down by his waist and nice.
His voice is a little creepy, but he's nice.
Is he? He takes care of you well.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy with him?
Mm-hmm.
He looks back up to you. An innocent child trusts you. I'll sign your paper.
I hand my paperwork over.
What more genuine joy could you find in a child?
I have a rather strange request. The boy also can do magic, although he does not have a paperwork of his own.
I'm afraid I cannot help with that, once again.
I worried about that.
I myself can sign, but I don't keep any passes around me. As you can imagine, as he looks at the cracked foundation, the 6 stained windows that look to have collected dusts, I don't get many visitors here.
Completely fair. If the boy acquired paperwork, what would be the
At this
proper
point, I might as well
requirements?
start charging. Get this platform fixed. He looks to the 2 bird baths that have some cracks in them as they are placed right next to the staircases leading up to this platform, and he goes, maybe get those fixed as well.
You don't know mending, do you, child?
No.
Me neither. If you're requesting a donation, I'm certain that
I do not need money to do something. You could do me a favor.
happily.
I would appreciate it if it was completed, but I will still sign your paper all the same. He takes the piece of paper, he walks down the steps off to the right. To you, it would be your left as you're up on the platform. Goes into this small private room. Within but a moment, he comes back out, hands it to you. You open it up, and his name is now signed on it.
Thank you very kindly. And your request?
He reaches into his robes and pulls out a sealed scroll. The symbol, at least the smiling mask of Reyna stamped onto it. That is for a friend within Repton. I would appreciate it if you were to go to the Wicklet Lighthouse and bring it to him.
What is your friend's name?
For now, let's just call him my friend. He should be the only one there. There are some things I would rather keep quiet for now.
I understand.
And I believe it doesn't need to be said where I will ask for privacy with this.
I'm certain that neither of us will speak of this.
Looking to.
I was more or less talking about you opening it.
For certain.
You are still but strangers to me. A favor for a favor is something that I believe in. But I have been proven wrong before in this field.
So, KELSION. I suppose the matter now is to go and find proper paperwork for yourself.
Best bet's probably Hisela. Can you confirm that maybe Hisela might have paperwork available?
I'm assuming she drew up that one.
We'll see if she has more of the same. Thank you very kindly.
Tread carefully. I feel like walking up to a sergeant and asking her for 2 more of what you already got is a big ask.
Especially with her. Thank you.
Of course.
I stand up, put a hand on COIL's shoulder.
Shall we?
Yep. I don't want to keep the rest of the group waiting.
Alright. Nod again to the gentleman whose name begins with A, but I cannot pronounce the rest of it.
Onagon.
Onagon. And gesture towards the door.
You have a good day.
To you as well, Onagon.
I'm expecting your return shortly.
Hopefully.
I laugh dryly.
You walk through the mismatched, thrown together aisles as you move through, looking back up to the array of colorful and beautiful design of the glass windows of Reyna, releasing both emeralds and stars into the ever-flowing winds, and walk out of the Iron Shaft Church.
Surreptitiously message to you, Kelsion.
If we don't want to risk another encounter with Hisela, I can make a copy of mine for you.
Do you trust your abilities in forgery, though?
Let's say the stars are aligned for my success today.
On any other matter, I would trust you with your judgment on that. The only thing is we are such a diverse group. I think Hisela would know about how many papers she has given out to a group like ours. So if there's just 2 that have magically appeared, she's going to be suspicious first off. Because she's not only here. We may see her later on, and I'd rather not face that conflict down the line.
That's perfectly fair. I just wanted to voice that option for you if you so desired.
On any other matter, yes, but this is one I think that needs a bit more care than normal.
I'm sorry.
What is your god's name? Guardian of joy and laughter.
Get off the stage. That's good. I appreciate
Dad
that.
jokes are fine. This is acceptable. Let's go.
As for the rest of you,
Sleep. I guess while they're gone, I would like to look through that backpack.
sure. You set down the dark brown, beaten up, torn in places backpack. It looks like this is not something that she used regularly. This is probably something that she kept hidden and or for her own studying use. As you begin to look through it, the baseline notes that you begin seeing is this is not Ralla's. This probably was owned by someone else. For the sake of it, go ahead and make an investigation check as you begin pulling through these notes. Okay. Taking a look at the notes. Looking through it, there is no self-referential. There seems to be no name to the owner of this stuff.
Alright.
However, it's difficult to begin tracking. Is there anything specifically first that you were trying to look for?
Not really, just as much things that I can. I'm just like baseline looking through it right now.
Okay. There is several different things, from missions of highway robbery, of muggings, roughing up others, or just being an intimidator, to planning assassinations or things of the like. There's several different notes of objectives and things that this person was doing for the Cold Spring. Mostly named, just literally verbatim, the higher-ups told me A, B, C, and D. This person seemed to be maybe a little bit higher than a grunt. Just was maybe just above the basic footworker of these guys. Nothing super interesting in the first 7 notes, as some are just like random pieces of paper, others are incomplete journals. But the first few seem overall at least informative of how they work, or at least how he was being worked, which was being planted in certain areas or setting up certain things to look like accidents and or pointing the blame at someone else. Basic but efficient work that was being done. Besides that, nothing else that's popping at you, but there is quite a bit to go through here.
Anything else in the bag other than just the notes, or?
There's journals, there's books, there's notes. Besides that, there seems to be no physical item. There are a few scrolls, but upon taking a look at them, they seem to be fake documents or forgeries of sorts, based on letters to people and names that you've never heard of.
Okay. That's all I really wanted to do.
Okay. In that case, we're going to take a break.
Alright.
And welcome back. Picking up where we left off. So, I'd say that we're going to continue on as DATH'TAN is still studying. KELSION, COIL care. You are at the Tavern Bar of Cleric. Black Lung Brew. Yep. Good remembering. You see that, once again, a guard is placed on a rocking chair just outside, moved a little bit away from the new hole that is in the porch roof, rocking back and forth. Seeing you come down the road, he stands up, walks inside, and before you even reach the front, Acela walks outside and goes, "When I was told that there would be no more business here, I assumed that that was in the same language we were speaking, but apparently not."
Whoever said that made a statement for the entirety of the group, perhaps not knowing. We are planning to leave today. I believe, however, Kel has a request for documentation.
Oh, does he?
So, I know it wasn't part of the agreement with the arsonist, but I, like Care here, am a caster. I'm not a wizard, I'm a cleric, and I was wondering if I could get
I figured when you were healing that.
was wondering if I could at least get your half of the signature onto paper. I don't have the documents myself, so we came here wondering if you had them.
When I made a deal with you about a passive casting, so much stuff happened. I needed to sit down for a moment. Now you're wanting one for yourself. You're wanting another one. How do I know that hellfire isn't just going to start raining down? I feel like you are all just bad luck. If I were to get a paper close to you, someone close to me will probably be dead. Or you'll be cutting open another human being within the next 48 hours.
No, we won't. With that,
Like 48 minutes.
Says the baby.
I'm assuming that was out of
That
character.
was super out of character.
Said the
like that.
9-year-old.
Said the-
He's just deadpan.
Be like 48 minutes. Just goes through puberty.
our intention was not to do any sort of torture. We were trying to get information and we lost our focus while trying to get that information. In the drive for it, we pushed aside what we shouldn't have. That's a mistake on our part that we'll have to live with.
Why do you want it?
If I don't, I'm not going to be able to help as much as I could.
Simply the group around you? Because I don't...
The group around me and other people. My talents are useful to more than just the menagerie. I'm a lot more...
You don't paint me as the golden sun of your religion.
I don't paint myself as the golden sun. I just...
And you expect me to believe that you're going to be using your powers only for good.
If I had to describe myself, I am utility and healing in terms of magic. I have weapons, but in terms of magic, I am not an offensive caster. I heal and I defend.
You do realize I saw you throwing weapons at a woman, not...
Weapons, not magic.
You can't act like you're not dangerous. It doesn't work on me.
I am. Everyone's dangerous in some regard.
You see, she looks over to Care and Coil. I'm sure. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
I foresaw this moment, and I give you a 15 on your persuasion check.
You pulled 2 15s?
Yep. That's the first time I've pulled duplicates.
Gotcha.
You should probably speak now, forever hold your peace about COIL.
I want to see how this goes before I even attempt that. If she's like...
She's like, yes, goes to the handshake, and you're like, and coil.
If she's like, get out of my office or I shoot you, then I'm just gonna like wait for another person and we'll handle that later.
So
22
another
again.
22.
She walks inside, steps out with the scroll. I'm not signing.
At least I have the papers.
Yes.
I can go
you
from
do.
there. Turn around, and I'll walk towards Care.
KELSION,
Yes.
if I hear that your group is getting into more trouble than help, I will be coming for you myself.
I'm not here to cause trouble.
We'll see if that holds true. You're my responsibility, and I will take that personally.
Well, I'm trying my best to live a good life and help as many people. Trouble is not what I'm trying to cause.
Once again, we'll see if that rings true.
Putting my hand on Care's shoulder, in a low, like, whisper tone, say, "Are you gonna ask about COIL?" You're leaving it.
Nope. Things are fine. Things are perfectly okay.
She suddenly must clean her gun.
I don't know if you were a part of the conversation for this, but Kavenda had a hideout somewhere within Kruldur.
I believe I overheard part of that.
I'm going to...
I already have my men sweeping the area.
Okay.
I would like you out of our business now. You're not under our employ. You will simply be seen as mitigating or trying to interfere. It is now official bygone guard business, and you're not a part of that anymore. Move along.
Understood. Best of luck with that, then.
Take care of yourselves.
And you as well. Alright.
She turns sharply and, shoulders high, very coldly, just walks back into the tavern bar.
So,
I wouldn't call that a complete disaster.
but we're not dead.
That would be a complete disaster.
Okay. So, how do you want to proceed about COIL? That's a choice for you.
COIL.
Sounds good.
I suppose this would be a good time as any to try and push you towards making your own decisions sometimes.
Okay.
I can attempt to create a blank sheet of this paperwork for you and see whether Reyna's priest can sign it for you, or we can handle that later. Now, it wouldn't be at all a deceit to create a blank paperwork. It would just be practical. I will leave that up to you.
I can get you the signed paper.
We don't have any papers for you yet, is the thing. We would have to have me make one for you before he can sign it. But we have an example here.
Technically 3. Blank paper, your copy,
Yep.
which is fully signed in
Yep.
Satyrs.
Yep.
But we have references.
When we can. I can do that.
Well, it would be something that I would have to do today before we went and talked to his cleric. It's something I would have to start working on now.
Okay. Would you be able to?
That would be something I would have to attempt, but I have high hopes for it. So, shall I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this is a conversation in hushed tones and not right in front of the building
Yeah.
guards.
No.
I think this is probably on the way back to caravan.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah.
caravan, but the wagon.
Wagon.
Yep.
Understood.
And-
Just asking. for
Yeah.
clarification.
I would include.
I realized that as soon as we started talking.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I would be
Relax
including
right
Kel
front of
in
the
this
guy just
conversation.
rocking on the chair.
You're cool with this, right?
Okay. So, as you're walking back, it takes not too long as there's not much interfering or stopping or slowing your pace. You reach the wagon. The rest of the team is awake. DATH'TAN is sitting with the backpack, scribbling into his own journal while looking over several sheets of paper amongst him.
Oh, I achieved the long rest.
At this point, yes, you guys
Okay.
would have. Enough time would have passed.
So, Kel, if I may.
So mine and Kel's are pretty much identical, except for mine has a signature, correct?
Yours has a
Hycella's signature.
yes.
Okay.
And so you have Onagons, you have
Oh right, you do have Onagon. Well, not you
I don't have
hers yet.
Onagons yet. He
Yeah.
has Onagons.
that's right. You have both.
I
You have a
fully
completed passive cast.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm working off a very
I
low
need to
sleep.
go get mine, but
Yep.
I will wait for him to finish up.
You have your paperwork now.
Yeah. I'll wait for him
Just
to
not
finish
signed.
up what he's doing. That way we can go with COIL at the same time, rather than making 2 separate trips.
Yep.
I'm going to hedge my bets if I can have your inspiration plus our dwarf friend's guidance. I need to make some blank paperwork for COIL of the spellcasting. I've received Onagon's paperwork and I am now a fully fledged caster in the eyes of the law of this land.
There you go. You won't get shot anymore.
That's the plan. I understand that you have some magical guidance. If I could receive it to better make his paperwork, that'd be appreciated.
Yeah, sure.
And if I can have your inspiration as well.
Would we have
Long rest has been had.
Long rest has
Yeah.
been taken. A little bit ago.
So I would like to get started immediately as soon as that
Sure
occurs.
thing.
I shall inspire the ever-loving crap out of him.
What do you do?
Do you have a forgery kit?
I do have a forgery kit and I have proficiency in it.
Okay. So, as we did before, sleight of hand and then deception check with your proficiency bonus.
I cast guidance on you as you're starting. Do I have to cast it on him twice?
I'm guessing probably.
Yeah.
For both checks,
Yes.
you probably will have to. Yes.
Okay, I'll stand next to him and kind of just like watch him do it.
Are you gonna bardic inspire me twice?
Yeah.
Is it a D6 at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
It becomes a D8 at 5th.
Okay. Sleight of hand first. That is so bad. That is the 8 plus a 0 for my sleight of hand. That's perfect. And
The writing doesn't look like any of the other passes.
Are we just
my
laying
hands are shaking like
Care, you're worried that
22
halfway
plus
through
0
he may be
is-
having a stroke. As his hand slips and just halfway through there's just a line through the entire paper.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not like a detective or anything, but like,
my deception is a 25.
It's pretty much the same thing. They're identical. Holy shit, you're good at this.
Can I roll insight to see if I know it's bad?
Sure.
That is incredible.
No, I thought it was gonna be like a really high roll, and it was gonna be like,
Al-
"This is fucking awesome."
Although verbatim it says the correct words, has the right signage, it looks like a 6-year-old wrote it,
Are you sure he didn't write it?
and therefore you have a decently confident feeling that this will not pass upon handing it to any grown-up.
I hold my hands out, asking to see the paper.
I like stare you in the eyes and like. This is garbage. I am sorry. I will make you another one.
I pick up one of the scraps.
That takes better part of about 40 minutes or so.
My handwriting is
Screaming
better
to
than
yourself.
yours.
Do you have like all 3 passes just like?
Is
laid
that the
in a
one use of the
row?
forgery kit?
I don't think it has. It's just pen and ink, really.
Try it
Plus some
again.
nice paper.
Just try it again.
You don't have proficiency in that sort of thing, would you?
You may have, and I don't know if you're proficient in a forgery kit.
Okay.
You may just.
All right.
I am
I
deciding.
don't have it, and I'm not proficient in it as far as I remember.
But it's.
I'll give you guidance. It's a cantrip.
I'm a bit more sticky finger than writing.
Got it.
Let's get through.
I can try again. That was unfortunate.
So, you've already done 2, so I think you're out, right? Of
No,
Bardian's
yeah,
versions?
it's equal to his charisma.
Wow, you did a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 at the moment.
If I could have another.
I will try again.
What do you say to him to inspire him? As the first time round, for some reason, it didn't.
Try
work.
not finger painting.
I give inspiration.
What do you do? What do you do to give inspiration?
Big head pats.
Aw.
Why do you give your dad head pats?
Touching his rough skin and bald head is a bit of an interesting feeling.
You hit me. Why did I do that?
It's okay, you don't have to see it every time you look down at him.
Aw,
All right. You
mean.
might want to write a little slower this time.
Breathe. Do we need to lay him out for you?
Okay,
That's much better.
Yes.
that is a 21.
21. It looks more official. Most definitely could be passable under the eye of any random person who were to take a look at it and see it. It's a decently good job. Much, much better. And no slip of the hand this time.
It doesn't look like COIL drew it.
18, 21, 24.
24. It's not very hard considering you have a pass in front of you to know what to say, as it seems scripted each single time except for the blank marks of the signatures. This looks like it can go for a passive casting. However, it is still the problem of it does need to be signed.
I have an empty piece of paper now. We
You
are
don't
good to
have
go.
a 6-year-old drawing, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I hand it to you. Much better.
That
Look up from my own notes.
Kelsion already has his own
Yeah.
paper.
I have my own paper.
Yep,
That's
yep.
for COIL.
I'm just showing you to prove that it's not a drawing again.
Did you get your pass in Repton?
No,
I saw it.
I got mine when I was done with my my training.
Where did you do your training at?
Not important. I'll tell you if you tell me where you're from.
Is it because you don't remember?
I remember.
I've told you several times.
Yes.
I hope you do.
Yes. If you tell me where you're from, I'll tell you.
Satyr remembers. Wait, might not.
Pepperidge Farm.
Maybe one day.
Fair enough. Alright, so, now what? What else do you guys need? Like, signature-wise?
We just need to head back to Onagon because Estella was not too excited about even giving us the paperwork. So, we'll have
You
to
asked her for another one?
We asked her for one, debated on two, and settled for one.
Why did she not kill
Did
you?
she give it to you?
It's a miracle. I don't know how we didn't die, but we're not dead, so I will not focus on that.
I'm just playing with my cards in the background.
She scares the ever-loving shit out of me. I just want to get that out there. But, I mean, props to you guys.
I'm
Okay.
glad we were over here instead of with them.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any deal with that. If you guys have, gold you guys can give me, I could go get some horses.
That would actually be a good usage of our time.
Yeah.
How much would a horse cost in these lands?
I don't know. I mean, money doesn't matter to me. I was just gonna give him a decent amount.
You're from here. Shouldn't you know how much a horse
Do
would
I know
go
how much a
for?
horse costs?
The past several years since your conversion and hiatus of training, you figure that it would probably be, depending on the type, anywhere from several silver to a gold or so.
Never mind, not that much. I can take care of it.
How many horses do we need?
Two at least.
How much,
If you want
how much
some-
does the wagon carry people-wise?
Well, if you remember
Would carry
from
all of us.
Caravan,
You remember that there was at least at any point several work hands
Uh-huh.
in every single wagon, along with the one who was at the reins itself.
Mm.
So it could potentially carry all of you.
Okay.
I would say maybe 3 horses, 2 for the normal carrying, then 1 for extra. Should we have it
Sure.
for extra weight?
We can have a horse for someone to like take watch and not be in the wagon.
I think one of us being ahead as a scout as well would also be good.
Just an idea.
3 horses, I think.
I'll get 3 or 4.
Or 4.
How about
Scout in pairs. Safer.
Probably.
That's true.
They always taught me the buddy system.
How much does horses' feed cost?
That I do not know. I will figure that out though. I have a decent amount of money. We're good.
Probably less than the horse.
We
I would
probably
hope so.
let them graze along wherever we are traveling
Do they have horses where I'm from?
to.
Riding lizards.
That's what I thought. You're.
Satyr looks over to ANETH and goes,
I mean, do you guys just eat grass or something? Or?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I look at Cedric with darts in my eyes.
why do you think I sat here
She
for
looks over to you and she goes, going to leave that one alone.
So I don't know.
You see that her attention is much more looking over the paints at this point.
I'll go figure that out then.
I was debating on whether I was going to say that or not, and I went with it. Alright.
Anyone want to come with?
I've got my own journey I gotta go to.
What are you guys going to be doing?
I'm going with him to go get a pass.
Doing anything?
I'm doing my own research here.
I'll go with you.
You don't have to. I feel like this is out of pity. Did I do something?
I'm afraid if we let you get the horses by yourself, I don't know what you're
So
gonna
that's
come
what
back
this is.
with. I don't know what you're gonna come back with.
It's out of concern.
Look,
we don't want the
look,
horses
look.
to be too small.
I can test Freddy.
Are you saying because I'm short I can't pick a good horse? Hey, wise guy!
I know.
Aren't you
I'm
supposed
very
to look
wise.
a horse in the teeth? Can you reach up there?
Cedric walks out of the cart. He is furious. He's like a buddy. He's like, son of a bitch.
Just mumbling to himself. I look to Aneth.
Swelling and
He can
blow
get
this
it, but
under
he
his
can't
breath.
take it.
As he's walking, he uses his disguise self ring to make himself a foot taller.
But exactly the same.
Just like a foot taller.
Yeah.
Just like,
Instead of the 4.5 dwarf, it's now 5'5".
yes! Let's go!
Hey, Grandpa, wait up.
The fuck did you just call me?
Hey, you're old. Compared to me, you're old.
He looks over the coil. Shut your fucking mouth.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Alright. And I'll walk over. Oh!
Where am I going?
Make a persuasion check. If you're
Yikers.
asking about people.
10.
Not very difficult. You're pointed to the southern entrance of KELSION, or the exit from where you're at. It's just to the left of the town entrance. It's a small stables. A small square wooden house with a single window just to the left of the main door. A hay bale cover extending off to its left as a cover for the stalls. The smooth, small wooden support poles on each corner, driven into the ground, securing the cover to keep it standing over the stalls itself. The 4 horse, personalized stalls or stables are not quite what you'd think. They are connected to each other, one after another after the next, made from half-split pieces of firewood wrapped in twain, stacked up in bundles on top of each other, in a quantity that brings each one to the horse's chest. But there's no doors to each one of these stalls. You assume that to get out of this square stack up that someone were to have to remove the stacked wood wide enough for the horse to even get out. You get a good look at a few of these horses, and they are in good health, so you figure that unlike some of the more basic or injured horses, these could be a bit more pricier back to the normal standard.
Mm-hmm.
You see that as you're looking, the door swings open to the small house, and the owner is walking out towards you. A portly human man with dark red mutton chops and no head of hair, but instead a rough, almost buzz cut to it. His blue eyes are faded and baggy. He wears dark overalls and a stained white tunic underneath. He gives you a grin with not the best looking teeth, but it is a honest one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey there, how can I help you?
Just looking to get some horses.
Good. That.
Show me your finest ones.
Well, we had a few sales recent. Some people are just moving on. But right now, we have the 4 that you see here. And he goes, and you see each stable with the simply stacked up wood that is keeping these horses kind of cramped in. They look strong. The first one is a pure, what looks to be a purebred, deep brown color. Its eyes faded gray, just looking ahead. Its tail swishing back and forth. This one here came in actually, it was an import, I was told, from Esris. I was actually lucky to get this one from here. It was a long way from home, but it's been bounced around. It was kind of out for display, apparently, until it got into an injury. They didn't want it no more, so they sold it off. I figured I was going to have to put it down myself, but it got better. As far as I've been told, they ride fast.
You're like scouting.
This one's mine.
No, you get the Shetland pony.
Nope. This is mine. I'm paying for them. This is mine.
Can you reach it?
I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not the most original. None of these have names. I'll leave it up to the owner. But I'm selling them at base prices for horses. So 50 gold pieces each.
What?
I give it all away.
Give it all away.
I've done that a couple times.
And just get two. That's all we need then.
All right. I'll take the first one you were showing me, and
Looking down the line, the one next to it is a steelish black horse, a stripe of white down the center of the face, along with a spot near the rear of it. Overall, it is a very clean coat horse. It looks a bit older, but much larger in frame, bigger than the one before it, which, although it's a horse, it's a big animal, it isn't as muscular or bulky. The large shoulders, the built chest.
I want the fast one.
It has another white streak running from the nape of the chest all the way down through the stomach and ends about the halfway point. He goes, this one's called a warlord. It's what most commanders use in battle, as they are specifically trained not to run. They are meant for being able to withstand a few hits, but mostly they're not cowardly. Nothing really stuns them or makes them run away.
you like that one.
This is an older fella, though.
Can you buy it?
No, I don't. I'm broke as. Oh heck.
D&D broke.
All right. Well, here's the thing. We want all of them. I'm gonna buy this one. This one's for me. Everyone else has money, so we only need 2 for the car.
You're adventuring.
I'm keeping this one. I'm keeping the fast one for me. Do you want this one too? This one looks really nice.
I do like this one,
Fine, let's get it.
but maybe we should see what else he has because we need something to.
We're gonna get all
what?
4.
Oh.
Everyone,
This one.
we're with a group of people, and I'm just letting you know, no matter what
I'm
happens.
guessing you're the menagerie.
Yes,
Wow.
we're gonna take all 4. I'm gonna get 1, and then my friends are gonna get the rest of them.
I had 2 of your people scouting around my house not too long ago. 2 horned fellas at night. But that was about a night or so back.
Yeah, they're weirdos. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, one took a swing and then started shouting, I think at you.
It was a long night.
I was looking out my window as you were kind of shady characters.
We
Well, I
get that a
apologize.
lot.
There was somebody doing them. I mean, you know what's going on with the burning buildings. We were trying to figure.
News traveled quick. I heard that was dealt with, though, last night.
Yep, we took care of it.
You took care of it.
Our group did.
Well, I'm
Not me.
appreciative
Not
for
me
it.
personally.
Well, thank you nonetheless.
So, I will. What are the other 2 though?
You see he walks down to the third. This one is a bit more of a cream-colored, more of a blonde coat up to this horse. White mane that falls down to one side. Looking younger, not quite a pony, but a bit thicker furred. Looking about a bit of a shinier color to the eyes, almost an emerald green. A bit smaller than the other 2, but slimmer. Looks like it's built a bit more for speed than anything else. He goes, this one right here, I don't actually, if I'm honest, know the real origin to it. This was just a wild horse. They found and caught it. I think if I were to hazard a guess from the talk, it was from Chthon, Empire lands.
SAAKA leans in. You sure you don't want that one instead?
Look, I know what you're trying to say, and I think you're actually kind of right.
It's a smaller horse, correct? But it still looks
It's not like it's short. It is just not as big built as the other 2.
And
One
it
looks
looks-
like it's a strong, fast rider. The other looks like it is just a bit bulkier. This is slimmer, perhaps just maybe quicker. But
Okay. All right. And number 4.
Walking down to the last one, you see that it is, excuse me, it is a pure black horse. Much, it is kind of in between the first and second one. It has muscle to it, but it is not as bulky or big as it. It looks to be a bit more longer haired as it runs past the hooves down at the bottom. Its mane is much more shaggy, its tail is much more wily. It looks a bit more animalistic than anything else. It is just a broad-built, intimidating built horse.
I know what you're trying to say here.
Yeah, I know what you're
and
trying
I
to say.
think you may be right.
What's the story with this one?
This one actually raised itself into town not too long ago. Had to pull it off of a bygone guard when it tried to put the reins on it. It was tempted to stomp him to death.
Oh,
Ah.
Now that is my kind of horse.
Alrighty. Thank you. And as I'm gonna walk up to the cream-colored one with the green eyes that you were telling me about, and
Yeah.
I just want to can I reach it? Can I
You could probably, I mean, your illusionary self looks like your perfect height. You could, reach up a tiny bit, but you could put your hand up to its
I just
snout.
want to do that and see if it likes me.
It kind of, upon you approaching and reaching your hand out.
I do it slowly. I'm not just gonna go up and show my.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh Lord, I gotta remember. Okay. 16.
16. It seems nervous, as if it realizes something that's... It's almost there and not there. It seems to be, at some level, aware of an illusion of some form as it reaches out to it, as if it is just out of fear of this not understanding of what's happening, as the hand looks to be touching the head, but it's not there. It doesn't seem to understand, but it does feel the hand on the snout, and before it reaches back completely,
Do I notice
stops.
that it kind of realizes?
It's more the fact that it doesn't understand what's happening.
Okay.
And as you touch its snout, it calms down slightly.
I
It
like this one.
doesn't seem to freak out.
You try with the other one. Hey, I think I'm gonna get this one.
All the same price.
Yep, 50 gold. I hand him 50 gold.
Thank you.
Now, question. For food for these things, is it just letting them graze?
I mean, that's one way to do it, but I normally feed them oats.
Do you have those for sale?
I have a few bags just around back.
How much?
I'd say you give me 6 gold a bag. Got to turn a profit at some level for me.
Makes sense.
I will buy. You said 6.
Mm-hmm.
I will buy 2.
So 12 more gold?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna put down that I mean, yeah, I'll just carry him with. There you go.
I think I'm gonna call him Anthony.
Not Beetle 2.0.
That's a girl.
I'll think of a name.
Whatever happened to Beetle?
That was the Jaeger's horse.
Yeah, but the Jaeger's not here.
Oh shit, where is Beetle? Beetle's a smart-ass horse, actually.
Beetle... the Jaeger's...
Yeah, what happened to him?
Pretty sure he's making love with some kind of woman down
This guy. Come on, do the thing. Do the thing.
there. Do a thing.
The horse. Try to see if it likes you.
Have they brought the oats back over yet?
I just have.
This
2
man
bags.
has turned around and has begun walking. He goes, as he brings the first bag, it's not huge. It's maybe half the size of you originally, maybe 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
It looks a little bit hefty, so it contains quite a bit. He goes, by the way, I'm Mark. He puts it down, reaches his hand out.
CAEDRIK.
He reaches for the hand that's a foot above your head.
I try to match. So like, no, yeah.
He's a little weirded out that as he's shaking, it is at the wrong angle of where the weight should be. And he kind of looks. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine. Oh, and this is SAAKA.
What was that?
I know her name. I was doing it as
Okay.
But
Thank you. Satyr.
Well, let's just say you don't talk much,
Yeah.
and you scare everyone.
That's, well, it's by design. So I'll go over to the oats and I'll open the bag just a teeny bit. So I can stick my hand there and I'll stick a bunch of oats. Like I'll take a handful of oats and stick in my pocket or whatever thingy I have. And then I'll go over to, what is the horse's name?
They don't have names.
Oh. Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't name him.
I think I'm gonna call her Holly.
Oh.
I like that name.
So I approach the horse very slowly.
Show L-O-Y.
And then hold my hands out and see what it does. Like, kind of like a...
Doesn't even react. You hold your hand out. It doesn't go to like meet it or investigate. It just sits there staring at the hand.
I'll walk straight up to it. Is it in like a stall?
Like I said, these stalls each that are interconnected, these just small, square, almost cubicle-like things, it is not like a wooden fence or a stall or a gate. It is literally just like wood, like almost kindling, that has been twined together and built up around it in a square.
Okay. I'll get as close to I can, cross my arms, and just stare at it.
It is strange, CAEDRIK, to see a horse and a half-orc in a dead glare at each other. One looks determined to get
I
the
look
other
at
in
Mark.
control, while
Are
the
they doing
other-
like a staring contest or something?
You can't see in front of it. It's a horse, so... It just senses something's there, but apparently does not think.
You met something that doesn't scare you, or that isn't afraid of you.
I take the oats from my pocket. And
Maybe try punching it or something.
Maybe you go try punching it. See how well that works for you.
Make an animal handling check.
I think I cursed your dice. Yeah, good. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. Pretty sure I'm in the... I don't think I'm in the negatives. It's a 9.
Okay.
It's bad.
As you're looking back to CAEDRIK, talking to him, you feel even for your rougher, more leathery skin, you feel a chomp down on the center palm of your hand. As you look and you take 3 points of damage,
It's like, hey.
and it is bitten down onto your hand, is dragging it back to get the oats, as it just drags both skin and oats with it.
I think it likes you.
I'm like, whoa. And I try to pry its mouth open. It's like,
You're strong enough that as
Yeah.
it's trying to chew and pull with your hand, you just take your hand out,
it's like that's not
place
how
it on
you
the
eat.
snout, and push the head back. It doesn't really seem to care.
It's not how you eat the oats. I kind of like it.
Then get it.
Let's go talk to the group.
All right, sounds good. We'll be back in a little bit, I think.
I'll start de-stacking this one so you can come claim. Holly, you said?
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Good name. I'll get her ready for you.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna start walking back over. I'll carry the bags of oats. Can I carry both of them, or no? Wait, I'll carry one bag. You carry one.
Okay.
Pick them up. You're a bit more careful with the one you tore the corner open slightly so it's not just pouring out as you walk.
Once we get out of Mark's visual range, I'm gonna deactivate my disguise slipping.
You simply shrink a foot.
I'm not angry anymore.
Well, you didn't want to show all your friends how tall you could be?
I hope that horse bites off your other finger.
Doesn't take long for the two of them to regroup with the rest of you.
What happened to 4 horses?
They're 50 each.
Okay.
I got one for me, so it's not going on the cart. That is my horse. But there are 3 more, and they're all pretty good. This one of them bit her. It's like crazy. The other 2, however, no, it was crazy shit. It's like a giant ass like.
I'm still on the floor taking notes.
That thing's like feral. It's like made for her. But the other 2 are very good, and they'll work great.
One's really
So-
fast.
I can pay for 2 of them.
One of them's
Someone
actually
take
like
the third.
one of them's like a warlord horse, actually. If you know what that is.
Would at this point Cal and myself be headed towards the Raina's church, or would we still be at the caravan?
Oh yeah.
That is up to you guys. whether
Okay,
you
because
are
I think
heading
the
there.
idea was to do those simultaneously to better
Okay,
optimize
so
the
cutting
day.
to you guys. Go,
Okay.
So at this point, you two would not be there.
Sure. Okay.
Um,
We'd be getting back to you guys probably at about the same time.
Yes, right.
Okay.
So there would be a rendezvous. But
Correct.
for what happened, you show back up at the church. The chairs and pews slightly more aligned, better. It looks like Onagon took some time to at least make the place look neat for as much as you could with a place like this. As you enter, he is at the moment standing, looking with a frown at the large crack in the platform until he looks back to you all. Oh, welcome back.
Thank you. We have the actual paperwork now. And we're wondering if we could still get your signature.
Of course.
And I'll grab out my paperwork.
One moment, he walks down and meets you halfway through the aisle and
And
reaches his hand out.
And I have paperwork for COIL as well.
Takes a look at the both of them. Looking at the official one, the other one. Alright, I'll sign them. Walks into his back room. You hear like a chair being pulled back. Within a few moments, door opens again. He has both papers in his hand, folded.
And then I'll
Thank you.
Of course. How did you convince Casella to give you 2 more?
I'm honestly surprised she didn't shoot us.
yeah.
I'll be serious with you. But seeing as we're getting out of her hair, I think she's just pleased to be rid of us.
I'll let you decide whether a deception or persuasion check is what you want to do.
I'm gonna go with persuasion because I don't want to lie to these people.
Sure. Well, there's partial lies and partial truth with that. So
Yeah.
I'm going to allow you to choose.
That's how you do it properly. Is you're vague as fuck. That's 21.
Well, then I suggest that you do get out of her hair before she changes her mind about shooting.
Agreed.
I'm gonna hand your paperwork to you, Coil, and let you.
If it is all right, I would like to speak to KELSION alone.
By all
I'm
means.
in trouble.
Let's go.
I hope that we can meet on happier terms later.
If we ever return here, definitely.
I look over to him very quick. Did he do something wrong?
No, I just have some questions for you.
Okay.
Let's leave the 2 individuals alone. Thank you.
And
Of course.
I depart.
Thank you, mister.
Of course. As the door closes at the far end of this long rectangular building, he looks to you. So how did you come to be a worshipper of Ren? I will speak plainly as to not beat around the bush. Drauslich, if I'm to assume correctly, that is where you hail from, is not one made for religion, as more as it is to the devout work of families.
It's It was the things that happened within the work of families that pushed me away from that style of life. And I'm trying to turn a new leaf, and this is most likely the best way for me to turn a new leaf and try to put good into the world.
Why Reyna specifically? She's a bit more of the outside variable when it comes to those who wish to serve. Those with more zeal or iron will choose many others, and those even with a more devout and hopeful outlook choose normally not Reyna.
Where I'm from, there wasn't a lot of joy for what was around, and I picked up certain habits, and well, it's not only trying to turn a new leaf, but pull a full 180 from what I know to become something better. I have certain things that I can do, and I figured with the focus that I'm approaching this with as a cleric, it works best where I can still bring the joy to the world while still using what I've learned without having to completely rewrite myself.
Interesting. And as for your compatriots?
There's one that I grew up with in our group, and the rest I've met by happenstance, and as far as I've seen from them, they're all good people. Rough around the edges, I admit, but who isn't? They have the potential for great things to help out the world.
Indeed. There is something strange about you. That's why I thought the need to ask you questions I did. Not to question your faith, but more as to why.
No worries. I'm a strange person. I get that a lot.
I'm sure you do. You look to be quite the colorful character.
It's my purple fingers.
He looks over your rusty, orangish hair, your silver eyes, bits of cloth hanging from your leather armor with multicolored facets.
Colorful is a bit of an understatement.
Yes, indeed. I'm sure she has a purpose for you.
I'm sure she does, and soon enough I will find out.
Have faith. Know that you now have someone else in your corner hoping for your journey to be fruitful.
That's the hope.
In that case, be well.
Likewise.
I want to get back to work.
Okay, I will leave you to it.
He just gives a slight nod. Back down the steps and into his own personal chamber.
As he goes back to his personal chamber, I will head to follow out and catch up with Care.
Sure thing. So you rendezvous. The beginning of that conversation starts up. Continuation.
I can pay for 2 of the horses. As long as I can just pay for 2 of the horses. Someone will have to get that last horse.
Any volunteers?
I can assist with that. How much feed did you acquire?
The 2 bags. I showed the 2 bags
Yeah.
that me and saw.
He only had
How much time will that buy us?
We'll see how it lasts. I mean, they can graze. This is just an option, so we don't have to let them stop to graze.
It's like a supplement.
Yeah.
Almost. You let them graze the grass, and then you can also give them more nutrients such as the
We might run into the occasional apple tree, the occasional fruit tree. They eat that shit, right?
Yes.
Shrug my shoulders.
You don't know? You seem like quite a smart fella.
I'm not from around here, unlike you.
You don't know what horses are?
No, I don't know what
I've
the
read
lay of
them
the
in
land.
books.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Where I come from, we use carnivorous lizards to
You know
take
what
us
horses
from
are
place
like.
to place.
Yes, I do.
Are we riding around with cavemen?
You do realize people come from other places, right?
Those places don't have horses, though. That's insane.
This, to me, is as strange as riding a displacer beast.
The fuck is that?
That sounds fun.
I think the tentacles would cause problems, but I don't know.
Wait, what?
Probably sit like neck area, front shoulders.
Wait,
Yo, slow down a minute. Slow down.
You were there for that.
I don't know if
Like-
you know what a displacer
We fought him.
Was
Well,
he
yeah,
not?
I know. I'm saying,
Yeah.
as for your knowledge of what it is you fought,
I feel like we the word was said
Yeah.
in person, in character.
You
I
didn't
believe
do like a
Karen
bucket
knew.
Bronco.
Alright.
You're
We've
just
heard
kinda
stages
Uh,
multiple
Gotcha.
times out of excitement.
Was Satyr there when we fought those?
No, I wasn't.
No.
Oh, you weren't.
No.
And this is the place you live in, and you don't know
Yeah.
what those are.
I thought CAEDRIK was, but Lane was.
I think that was the case. Yes.
Yeah.
Satyr was, but Lane wasn't.
Okay, never mind then.
Well, no
That's
matter what
fine.
goes on, we still need to get those horses.
Yes.
Lane was there. I will say that. I remember that fight. They started surrounding you, and the 2 panther-like beasts started attacking you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got roughed up pretty quickly.
I do remember that.
He was the team tank in that fight. As he was
Yeah.
surrounded, everyone was hitting them.
I do remember that. Never mind then.
All right, so you're gonna get 2, and are you gonna get 1?
Yes.
And we can just buy the rest of the feed off of them. It was only 6 gold per.
Take everything he has.
I mean, we're
I'm
gonna
certain
pay
he's
him
happy.
handsomely.
Yeah.
Hot.
Interesting. Moving on.
So off to the horseman again.
Yep.
Off to the stables.
I'm gonna get my horse.
CAEDRIK, which way is it?
Which way is it?
Should we
That
push
way.
the wagon to the stables, hook them up there, and then head out?
That'd
Sure.
probably be the quicker option. What are we gonna do about the paint? We either need to use it now or find a.
Is it magic? Did you figure that out yet?
I'm guessing it's
Do you guys not have like detect magic or something?
I can go attempt to identify it, yes.
No, I don't want to know what
It is liquid.
It-
I can
Does
do
it
that
like
too.
have in magical essence? You know, like I don't know. It doesn't.
I can see if it's magic, yes.
Okay. Maybe you do that while we pull the cart.
I
Because, with all due respect, sir,
I don't think open paint on a cart will be that pleasant to clean up.
What did he expect us to do with the paint?
I
Paint
imagine
the cart.
did he like leave a note or something?
Yeah. Hold it up.
Can I say it? Is it just the? There's like nothing else written on it besides what you said.
What he stated earlier.
There's no like secret spy invisible ink on it.
Now you
No.
need a flame for that, for the invisible ink.
It has
Okay.
to have a purpose other than
Well,
just
then,
paint.
Maybe you two can like carry the paint.
We paint our group's name on the side of the wagon.
Yes, 'cause
Oh, can we put flames on it?
we want to
Go faster.
advertise.
We need to. We have. It's like orange, right? We put flames on it, and then we put flames on the horses.
It is black, silverish white, and a orangish gold.
Have
Yep.
you guys tried to use
We're gonna use the orange one.
yet?
No, I've been
before we
busy.
get too excited with that, let's see if there's something strange with it, because his paint was also very
Yeah.
interesting.
If you guys want to take care of that before we start moving the car.
Sure, I will do that. I guess put my finger on the side of the bucket and see whether that allows me to do it, and if not, I can just put a finger in it.
Taking the time, the full 10 minutes to cast, are you just walking up to the 3 buckets, or are you just choosing one?
Maybe
I can't double cast Identify. I'll just do the black paint first, because that's one that we described first. What is the nature of your magic, strange elixir?
By the end of Identify, it is magical.
Okay.
It is a form of, or a part of a paint of prestidigitation. It is simply to make it shine, to make it look, in a sense, pretty much at the baseline. It allows you to make a design of sorts. The paint, if you are not a great painter, helps shape what you have in mind as you make it. However, it doesn't continuously change or anything like that. Once it is painted on, it simply shimmers and glows and does as to the design you created. As for instance, Lux, what looked to be the wind and flame that was amongst the leaves that were blowing with the red.
Are you familiar with the practice of painting by numbers?
What?
It's like that, but magic. It more easily takes the shape of what you are trying to paint, even if you are not skilled with painting.
Okay. Maybe, could we, put these in, vials or something?
Why?
So we don't have to carry them around in buckets.
We can just...
That's too many vials.
Or we can just use the paint.
I think that would be the thing to do.
On what?
The cart?
The wagon.
Can we put flames on it?
No.
All for putting flames on it.
You child. You absolute child.
Come on, you don't want to see flames on it?
We're putting flames on.
God.
I think it is fact if you put magical
I
paint
will
flames
say
on a
this as a
cart,
note
it
to
goes
DM.
faster.
If Abigail learns that you guys painted flames on the one thing that of the artistic style, she would probably murder you.
We gotta put hot rod flames on it. Okay, so we got 3. I mean, it'll probably make it go faster, right?
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Magical paint on a cart will
As the
obviously make the
residents
magic go faster.
No, it does not make it go faster.
What about the orange one?
It's
Did you
magical.
check the orange one? See if it makes things go faster.
It's magical. So
I spent 10 minutes, a finger in the orange paint, and a finger raised at you, identifying it.
Hey, he's doing the thing.
It is another paint of prestidigitation.
It's just a different color.
It doesn't go faster, you tool.
I think he's lying to us.
I think so.
Why are you lying to him?
Aw.
Don't say "aw." I want flames on our cart.
I think, how about you paint flames on your horse? On your white horse?
No!
Don't
Do not
put
paint
paint
flames
on
your
the horse.
living being.
He's thinking about it. He's pondering over it.
That would wash off, wouldn't it?
Not if it's
It would
magical.
almost assuredly not be healthy.
Thinks about it for a minute. What are you trying to do?
He wants to paint his horse because he's an idiot.
He dunks,
You mean a
he dunks
genius.
coil in the paint.
Abigail's gonna murder us
Oh,
when she
100%.
realizes what we do with the paint. She's like, you have one chance.
She's gonna come back and the wagon just looks fucking atrocious.
What do you mean? It has flames. It looks amazing.
If you do
All right.
fire,
So are you guys gonna go get the horses?
Give me a second.
Let's go. I'll start heading over.
yeah.
Alright.
Okay. So, are any of you doing anything with the paint?
I'm gonna wait for them to leave.
I need one. I need
Right, 'cause I
one
have the
other
money.
person to come with to cover the other 50.
I got it. Yeah,
It's him.
I'll bring Coil with me.
So the three of you are leaving.
Oh wait, I
I thought
gotta,
we were-
I gotta go pick up. My
Are we gonna try
shit.
and do the whole cart, or are we just too worried about that? We can.
That's up to you guys.
So
Like,
wait,
actually,
can you
what
two-
happened was
Can
that-
you two carry the paint and we'll take care of the cart?
That sounds good, yes.
I was gonna say, with all due respect, I don't know if that would be good for your.
Or just go get the horses and then lead them here. It's gonna be it'd be less work for us because then we don't have to push an entire cart.
Well, we hope.
I think it'd be more time efficient.
Why is this a thing? Let's just go.
Just
We've
go
had
get
a
the
character
horses.
tangent. I tried to look up an image of a horse-drawn carriage with flame designs on it, and it's got a bunch of pictures of horse carriages on fire.
That would look so cool.
It looks so lifelike.
As we're walking, I kind of lean up towards KELSION and I whisper in her,
Putting flames on it.
all right, and then we'll all go with them and walk towards the stables.
Yeah, let's just go get the horses and bring them back.
Yeah.
So am I the only ones just
You
steal
gotta
the
come with
cart?
us? There's a horse I think you might like. I think you'll like the Warlord one. I think that would be a good fit for you.
What skill check would painting
I'm being totally
Painting?
honest.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stay
There's
here
a
and guard the
painter's
cart.
kit, like a painter's.
I'm
tool
still
set for
saying,
efficiency.
I want you to know that I'm
Um,
not saying that because
there-
I'm trying to be rude or anything.
There's 4 horses there, right? You
I
are
would say
buying
it's
all
probably
4.
dex-based.
I will
He's already
need
bought
to break
one.
it.
These you are finessing.
All
paint.
right.
Mhm.
So there's
It is art.
3 left.
Wouldn't it
I
be,
will need them later.
Performance-
I would say.
I would say performance would be part of it, but I would also probably
As-
ask.
Are you
for
coming
a
with
sleight
us?
of hand.
Are you guys coming
Yeah,
with us to
yeah.
the stables?
I need to pay them.
I was
Okay.
going to say sleight of hand. Thank
But
God.
As
it's
I,
probably
uh,
both.
So I'm thinking that style.
I would think performance
Hey.
sleight
What
of
is it?
hand for it.
Gosh.
A hot rod flame band.
Oh,
As we're walking, I also do the same thing,
Flame
but I,
band.
I whisper it to Coil.
Oh, we could do gradient black to silver.
Maybe you should do it. So, anyways, about those horses.
Silver to
They're just up this way.
And I'll lead them over to where the horses
Okay.
are.
So you guys are pushing the wagon?
Nope.
No? Okay, you are leaving.
Okay.
Is anyone staying with you?
Me.
Okay. DATH'TAN, you're alone.
Pick up my pile of notes and put it back nicely into the backpack.
Are you going to be doing a paint job while they're gone?
Paint a big old moon on it.
You know what to do. You know what to do.
It's like the white t-shirt. All the rules and-
Yeah.
You know
Damn
what
it,
to
Moon
do.
Moon.
You know what to do. You have a job to do.
If I paint the flames on it, how much do I get?
I have 50 more gold. I'll give it to you.
Deal.
I shake his head.
I'll give you 50 gold.
I will start painting.
Okay, so I'll catch up with you guys in a moment. DATH'TAN,
Hello.
there is the pure black, the silverish white, and the orangish gold.
So
What are you starting with?
what colors are the cart now?
Red.
Red.
The canopy cover that it had the rest of the design on it, and
Okay.
even some of the sides still have like the golden brush with the leaf-like design. But you feel like with what this paint is, it could probably easily go over it.
Huh.
Now,
So-
I do. Can I say something
Because I
Never
could
mind.
attempt a nice gradient with the silverish white and the black,
That would look really. That actually look.
and then the flames on top of it.
That would look really cool. That would be a good idea. I do think that the black could be used for there's a cart, there's a
It's-
canopy
it's-
over it, right?
No, like I
We
said, the
can
canopy
get
was
the
taken
canopy.
off.
Okay.
Yeah, they took the canopy.
Okay.
Man, if Flux sees what we did to the cart,
He would be proud.
he will probably.
My baby.
It's pretty cool, right?
It
I
goes
think
faster.
I think it goes faster than it used to.
Alright.
So-
that
so-
actually
so
sounds really good.
I'm gonna go from the front, going from
This
a
will take a
gradient-
while.
Oh, obviously, like they can't stop me. I'm already starting.
So we've just got a delay.
Yeah, you gotta delay long enough.
I'm gonna be the grumpiest, most curmudgeonly old man. I'm gonna sit at the front of the cart driving the horses like the most angry grandpa you've ever seen. No. Driving the hot rod, but like I am so pissed about it. I am so upset.
See what these youngsters did.
Fucking kids.
Kale cakes himself from head to toe in pain. You'll never take me alive.
We're like playing we're like strumming music. We're like, turn it down.
You rascals.
Later in the campaign, it's going to be like, so, what is your business? It's just a flaming cart. Hire us.
Good thing that
You might have permanently made
mural?
being on fire.
I think a session or two ago, it's like, it's best if we stay low so the hand is 8 don't see us.
Smash cut.
But the Heinous 8 would expect us to lay low, so if we go hot rod,
Yeah.
we expect it.
Actually, no, that's what happens when the Heinous 8 finds us. Kale just cakes himself from head to toe in the orange paint and just starts running.
Okay,
Trips and dies.
so that. What is the first coat of paint you were doing?
So it would be most likely the black to the front, meeting about halfway, then fading it, and then meeting it with the grayish silver
Okay,
as the gradient.
give me one moment. So the front half is black.
This is so awesome.
Look what you did.
Abby's
think the
gonna
symbols
gonna
work that
kill
way.
me.
Yeah,
Abby's gonna kill all of us.
That is true.
I don't know, she may be down for it.
We'll all
but
die
who
together.
knows?
He hasn't been to the stables. I have, and you have. I think it was that way. No, it was that way. It was that way. That's how we delay.
Delay me long enough to get the entire card back. At least attempt to.
So front half with a black coat, faded and then finished with a silver.
Hey, before we reach the stables, I kind of... I gotta get a drink or something.
You know that the bar is currently occupied by Hasela and her soldiers, yes?
I mean, they're still serving drinks there, right?
I don't think so.
There was a lady... I went in there the first time. There was a lady in there giving drinks.
I would not recommend it. Hasela, last time we talked to her, she about shot.
I'm not gonna say a word to her. I just want a drink.
I think that might even be more upsetting to her.
Okay,
She
Make-
has some sort of proximity alert for when we're in
make
the
a
area.
sleight of hand and a performance check.
Maybe when you get to your hometown, you can take us to the
25.
best bar you
Okay.
know of.
For sleight of hand. $19 for performance.
Okay. And is there any sort of effect you're wanting with it? As
Just-
it is to the person who originally paints it that can set the.
Oh, these are fine. That's really cool, actually.
As the gradient, like effect as the gradient, just like a nice shimmer, I guess.
As you paint delicately, taking some time, you guys, I will say, even buying time, will probably have reached the stables and are in the midst of the top for the first coat.
Darn.
Is that the first cup?
Paint
On our way
through,
to the
being
second
very
coat.
careful,
Yep.
using the large brush, but not wanting it to bleed or to make any sort of drip marks. You're being very careful as you go. Making it go about halfway at an angle, diagonally cut into a fade, and then finished with the silverish white back coat. It's interesting that as you make it, you see that it's almost like an ebbing shadow in the front half that begins to stretch back, almost itself like lingering vines. No, take your time. You want to pick something else? We'll throw some bottles on the ground too.
Try, guys.
Please leave that in.
Anyways, like almost lingering vines that begin to stretch back into the silverish white. It itself begins to glow and sheen almost like a platinum color. The first coat is done. At this point, you guys, I will say, because I've already given the description of the horses, have paid off, so take off the money that you owe. I leave 100 for you.
Yep.
And 50 for care.
Mhm.
Marcos, how's it doing business with you?
Horses all mine. Thank you for the horses.
Of course. Second coat.
Do the horses have saddles?
No.
Can I buy a saddle?
Yeah, you can. I only have 2 available.
How much?
10 gold pieces each. I had to handcraft them myself. They would be cheap though.
Can I borrow 8 gold?
18 for a sleight of hand.
Well, what are you doing?
Oh, this would be the flames then. Not
Okay,
the
is this
I'll pay
orange
you back.
gold?
Now roll
Yes, this
Okay.
would be the orange gold.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy one. He's gonna help me with the 8 gold. So I owe him 8. And I get a saddle.
Cares like anything for you, Satyr.
I'll expect interest. Do we have reins or anything to attach?
The reins are
Yeah.
set up for the wagon.
Perfect.
already.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying is they were already set by whoever would be driving. They were set up.
Now for
Okay, so you did sleight of
I
hand
bought one.
18.
Yes.
Okay, and
yeah, I
your
know.
performance.
Well, here's the thing. I was gonna say, what I'm gonna use my horse for is for like not the wagon. My horse is gonna be for
21.
I know.
21.
But we
For
have
my own
2
trouble.
outside horses.
I know. Who's
How
gonna?
far are the flames reaching back?
Which one is gonna be the other
So,
outside horse?
It would be
I feel like it should be like the animal one.
Probably.
So
halfway, and then some still
that or
some
the command horse.
Commander
sparks
Horse.
still going
That
across
horse.
into like the silver area.
It makes sense.
So just
I'll-
into it?
I
Just
steer
into
the
it,
wagon.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like the commander one should be DATH'TAN's horse. So
Whatever.
can we buy the other saddle? Does anyone?
I don't have the gold. I just spent everything I have.
You have 10 to get a saddle for DATH'TAN's horse. I'll pay you back for that one too. Here, what's that? 18? I'll give you 30 back.
Sounds good.
So it takes you a little bit, and you guys begin to see it on the horizon, Care and Coil.
Hey, there's
as
something cool
you
behind
begin-
us.
You begin to approach. Dacton is finishing the final touches of the orangish gold, small flickering flames that reach from the beginning half of the front, and even on the driver's seat, it almost starts in like a V angle, like 2 wings of fire stretching back
CAEDRIK is in
through
awe.
the black into the silver. And at times, it looks like as he finishes and he sits there and puts his hand on his hips, the flames flare out into wings and close around the sides.
Holy
And
shit!
do it every once in a while. Upon what seems to be Dafton's little flick of the eye, he
You are so awesome. This is crazy.
I turn around to see and look at you first.
Who cares what he thinks? It doesn't matter. He's just a grumpy old man.
And then before he can even react, I turn around and run and I slide underneath the cart.
Wait,
to
Dafton.
the other side.
No, Dafton, come here. I got a horse for you. This one,
Walk back around.
I point to the big black
Sorry.
like
you do see that as you approach that, you see this front half black and then cut and faded diagonally to a back silver, almost platinum shining cart. These, starting at where the driver's seat would be, these almost V-shaped fiery like wings begin to stretch back all the way to the silver, and it pops out and closes back in every once in a while.
It's so
It
cool.
looks amazing, right?
This is
I
incredible.
worked really hard on it.
I will say that the time it took for them to reach it to you, for the deal to be done, the saddles to be bought and brought back in a very slow manner, it was probably about 2.5 hours. And you realize as to why at this point, Kara and SAAKA.
And we did a good job. We stalled for you.
We did our job.
Yes.
Now,
I see this camaraderie happening between my other compatriots and that, and I'm like, I should have fucking known.
hey, language.
I'm surrounded by children.
What is the coil thing?
What happened?
What do you? Yeah, isn't this cool?
Coil immediately runs up to CAEDRIK and Dafton. That is the coolest thing ever.
See?
Can I do the last coat?
it's fit.
What happened to laying low?
It's really cool,
But
though.
if we go very much not laying low, they wouldn't expect it.
He does. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's not how that works.
Gods, you do realize we have a target about
If we don't know what we're doing, they don't know what we're doing.
Exactly.
Again, I don't think that's how that works. If we get killed because of these, none.
We'll be fine.
You'll get over it. Now, for you.
And I point to
I'll
the
get
warlord horse that I bought a saddle for. I feel like this one, we're not going to put this one on the cart. But I feel like this one would be really good for you.
CAEDRIK, if the Hateful Eight find us because of
The
this...
Hateful Eight?
What the fuck did I even... The Heinous Eight.
Is the Hateful Eight like a Tarantino movie or something?
Yeah.
Yes. If the Heinous Eight find us as a result of this paint job...
Samuel L. Jackson comes with
Hey, don't look at me. Why are you looking at me? Never mind. It's my idea.
You're the one
I
that
will
was
kick you out to the
known-
back of the wagon.
Okay. Sounds good.
You're the reason why we have the heinous eight on our backs. Now, you just gave them a huge...
To be fair,
beating.
they do not know we are out of the prison, and
That's
two,
why we need to go to
they do
Renton.
not know that we own a wagon of our own. Last they know, we were traveling with Lux. So, if anything, if we were out, we would be with them, not in this.
Have you met Lux? Have you met his wagon people?
But
How
Lux
do
doesn't
they
know what we did.
Looks, yeah.
So all he
He
can say is that
left
we
us the paint. He probably expected us to do something with it.
Is there any more paint
Did you
left?
at least, write the menagerie on the side just so the Heinous Eight know exactly who we are?
No, I did not.
You should
But
probably do that.
I'm not doing that.
spell it backwards. That way they won't know.
That's a great idea, but I'm not doing. You can do that. Be my guest. But there might be a small bit of paint left.
Bro, you should honestly do it. That'd be funny.
Is there any paint left?
Would there be?
The black and silver are probably about half. You probably use a little bit more than a fourth of orange and gold.
So we have
A decent amount.
So as we get up, I see the cart and I see
keep
the
that in
flames on the
note for
cart.
whoever's going to keep the paint.
I see the flames on the cart, and then I begin to imagine the flames on my horse. And I'm like, huh.
That's no. But I did get a saddle for this horse because I do think it'd be good for you. So I did that. The only thing is we have to decide if he likes it or not. Or are we gonna put and I point to the one that looks like that bit SAAKA. I'm like, are we gonna put this one on the cart?
I would say put the easy to control ones on the cart.
Alright.
Coil runs
Do we?
Coil runs up to CAEDRIK and begins tapping on his shoulder aggressively.
What you want?
I have an idea.
What?
Let's save up money, buy armor for the horses, paint the armor for the horses.
You are a genius. That is a great idea. We are doing that. At some point, we are doing that.
We're just gonna walk up looking like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
4 horsemen of the fashion apocalypse.
You.
Fuck me push, you coward.
Here's what you do. I'll show you. Because I'm assuming you've never done this. But open the bag of oats, put some oats in your hand, and then hold it up to the horse.
Okay.
Careful, it might try to eat your whole hand.
No, just that one.
Won't be the worst thing. Go get a bit of oats in my hand. Walk up to the horse. Reach up to it.
Make an animal handling check.
11.
You pet the side of its head and neck. It's wide, it's strong. Doesn't seem to really react. Reach up to give it oats, and it just turns its head away, jerking away from you, and steps facing sideways at this point away from you.
Well,
I don't know.
Hear me out, crazy idea. Coil on the horse.
Quill, come here.
He walks up. Alright, to be fair, he already was pretty close to CAEDRIK, but...
All right, you want to give it a try? All right, you're fast, right? If it goes to bite you, you gotta pull your hand back.
Okay.
Wait, the horses bite?
The big one over there bit SAAKA.
I didn't know horses could bite.
This-
I thought they were
Yes,
rough.
horses have teeth.
You have teeth, but you don't go around biting people.
Yes, so I'm not an animal.
I look at the paint job. I look back. I look at the paint job. I believe that. I will
You think an animal could do that?
We've watched him turn into a wolf.
But he
I guess
has
you're right.
tried to bite people before.
It's true.
Wait, no, we gotta stop. He doesn't like jokes.
Ew.
Last time I did that, he cut my fingers off.
You put them in my face, so I cut them off. I did give you a warning.
Can we just? I do not
All right, Coil,
want to be
you got it.
associated with this card
Okay.
for very long. Can we just go, please?
Oh, too bad. You're stuck with it.
And it's amazing.
Can someone help me up?
I try and like carefully eyeing the horse with like a sideways, uncertain, untrusting glance. Lift you atop of the horse.
You're lifted up to the face of this large. This out of them all is the biggest one.
Oh,
Black
this is
one.
the big mean one that
This
you
is
want
the
to ride?
this is the warlord horse.
This is
The
the steel gray
Lord.
one. The
Okay.
black one seems to be the much more aggressive.
Okay,
It's a bit smaller than this one.
Okay.
This is a war like commander horse.
Okay.
If I had to.
That are
What
made for the
difference?
strongest warriors.
By the
He
way, I
said
like
it
how
more
we
like it's just a
encountered
warlord.
displacer
That's not the type of
beasts,
horse
and
it is.
Kay was less scared of them than he was of the fucking boy.
Hey, give it a shot. Maybe it'll like you.
He made it seem like Kay was in the process of carrying him up onto the horse.
Yes. I believe
Oh,
that's
you're just gonna get on it? That's not smart. They'll just
thought that's what you said.
no. You gotta do the oats thing. You gotta see if it likes you before you get on it.
Oh.
If you get on it, it's gonna hurt you. Cause it doesn't know you.
As we all know, attempting to get on a horse may mean that you're just going to be instantly beaten by the horse.
So
If you try to
Alright,
like
Is
horse,
law of nature.
you might get a right hook.
you might get a right hoof. I should know I was kicked when I was 6. Wait, if I was 6,
You
I'd
don't
be.
say. That's a long time ago for you.
I deserve that.
Yes, you do.
Here, you want some oats?
How does the horse react to Coil on his back?
I bought a little extra just in case.
Give feed to the horse.
Oh.
Give oats.
I'm still holding the oats in my hand, and I just hold them above you and just dump them on your head.
Please do not waste the oats. They cost.
He deserved that, though.
Can I try,
Apparently, I deserve a lot.
can I try to do the oats thing?
Yeah, go ahead. And I hand you some oats.
Do
Do you need help getting up? I mean, you should probably have him do that, but
He takes the oats and holds them up to the horse.
I cast a guidance on you real quick and tap your shoulder.
Make an animal handling check.
So add a d4.
Probably horrific. I think my animal. Oh. $22.
22.
Oh my god.
It kind of puts its nose down, eats the few oats out of your hands. Just keeps looking about, turning its head.
I look at you, I'm like, wow.
This
The
horse
horse
is nice.
has a mind of its own.
I mean,
I have tamed the warlord.
I feel like giving it some oats may have not tamed it, as it is something that is very large.
She already likes me
yeah.
more than Saul.
I will say that sizing up the horse, even if this thing wasn't mean to Coil,
This thing could kill me.
riding on it could be pretty rough for this small child.
yeah, I still think this is made for someone like you.
Okay, where's the saddle?
Should be on it, right?
There's 2 saddles you bought.
Yes.
I don't know if you have saddled
No,
them.
I have not.
Yeah.
So I hand you one.
I started.
I'm also going to attempt to saddle.
Okay, make another animal handling.
I cast guidance on myself and on you. Oh, that was. Didn't even look at that.
Can you only have it cast one at a time?
It's concentration, but if you do it sequentially, you know.
Gotcha.
15.
50.
What's up?
Destin.
He's doing that.
16.
60. They remain pretty calm. They react and they shift every once in a while, making it a little bit harder. You lose your fingering on attempting just to buckle and strap it in, but nothing.
Does the
too
saddle
hard.
come
It
with
takes a few
reins?
minutes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well,
Once it's on properly, I'm going to attempt to get on
I was gonna do the same.
the horse.
You step onto one side, both of you attempting to pick yourselves up. One more animal handling check.
I can't cast guidance on you because I'm gonna guidance myself though.
You guys aren't really like doing anything to attempt to calm the horses. You're just kind of doing these things. So
15.
22.
both of you saddle up. The warlord kind of shifts, his shoulders rolling. You feel the shift itself, but you give a pull on the reins a bit, jerks its head a little bit, and it seems to almost come to, like it understands all of a sudden.
I'm gonna start gently, like, petting the back of the head and neck.
It doesn't seem to react. It's not like, you know, a dog that's reacting to a pet. It's not
It's to more
freaking out, though.
calm the horse. That much I do know.
Doesn't seem to buck you off. And as for Holly, no real reaction of aggression.
What are you gonna name it?
Thief 2.
Oh, and you can name your whatever that thing is. And then there's the other one, and I would assume that's. I mean, hey, Coil, you want to name this horse?
Okay.
And I point to the it's brown, correct?
The pure brown.
Yes, the pure brown one.
Great eyes.
Go ahead and give it a name.
Trying to think of one.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna hop off of my horse, and
Hey, Kelly, you might give me a hand? We gotta get the horses on the cart.
and I'll tie the other two. Try to tie the
Sure
other
thing.
two to the
Putting in their bits and the reins.
Yep.
They, it takes a little bit, but you manage to ferry them into their positions.
Okay.
And tie them to it.
Yep.
All right, I think we're all ready to go. You said you're totally cool with piloting,
Sure. I was doing it for about a month on the journey over.
so you got experience.
Enough.
Well, now we got this cool ass cart to pilot. This is awesome. It was totally worth 50 gold.
Staring daggers into your soul. Let's get going.
Alright.
Alright.
Are we going to acquire rations along the way, or what is that going to look like?
I would assume we would do that here, right?
I do not know whether or not these people have rations to sell.
That is true.
They don't even have a general store.
I know.
I mean, how do we have rations ourselves?
We've kind of just been subsisting off of the
Caravan.
caravan supplies.
Caravan.
Some of you have rations. Those of you that are in the monger,
Mhm.
probably not.
How long is it going to take to get there?
A month at least. Probably a little over a month.
Is there any stops between?
Not really. There's one. It's kind of a little farther off to the
East.
Southwest.
southwest.
If you're talking about the Caravan's estate.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's an estate off to the southwest. I don't know. I've never been there. I don't know if they have like a store or anything. Or if they sell stuff. I don't know. But it's mainly just gonna be road from here to Repton.
We could hunt.
That's what I was thinking too.
That is true.
We
We could probably find some
fish.
rats along the way.
Okay.
We can make do. I don't think there's very much these people can offer us.
Yeah, I don't want to take from them anyways. All right, well, I'm ready to go. Y'all good?
I'm all good.
I'm all set.
All right, I'm gonna hop on the horse then, and I'm gonna ride on the right side, and just stay at the same pace as the caravan, as the wagon. And I would assume you would.
I will ride on the left.
Sure thing.
I wonder if we should purchase a covering for the wagon if it rains.
Will they sell it here?
I do not know.
Once
Did the
again,
stable guy seem to sell any?
I never went to the stable, so
Thinking back, do you remember any sort of like wagon?
He
cover?
didn't seem to carry any, but you guys didn't mention it to him.
Yeah,
I don't have money, so I'm not gonna go ask.
I'm out.
Is the stables on the way out?
Yes, it is right next to the southern entrance.
All right. In that case,
While we pass by, I will ask.
So as you have hitched up, saddled up, and are ready to go, you are all beginning to head out of Calder. The wagon starts with the pull. Your horses begin to meander their way, following your direction. A little bit of a new thing, even though you had rode Beetle before. Beetle was a pretty well-trained horse. Holly seems a bit more free-spirited, and you have to guide her back to the road a few times.
And I know nothing about Cathon, correct?
No, no.
Okay, so I just know the name. He's definitely gonna ask about that eventually.
Yeah. The warhorse stays on point, almost in a marching-like fashion, keeps a dead straight line. For sake of expediency, he does not carry any covers or canopies for the wagon.
got it.
However, unless you were doing anything else,
I think you know who might.
Probably be helpful to have a covering if it rains at night or.
I mean, I have an idea. How long ago was it since Lux left? They're heading the same way we are, right?
like a day,
They're
right?
like a day or
If
so
we
ahead
travel
of us.
fast, we could probably catch up to them and buy one.
probably a day and a half.
I mean, I feel like Lux would have a canopy.
I
Well,
mean,
obviously
he has
he
the
took his
canopy
one off.
that he took from this wagon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think we could buy it from him?
I know not,
He
probably.
doesn't want to travel with us.
Well, we don't have to travel with him. We're gonna pass him anyways. I'm guessing. It's a caravan.
And
a
we
lot
are
of people,
smaller
and it's
group,
just
we can travel
us.
faster.
We're gonna travel a lot faster. We're gonna catch up with him eventually.
In regards to my own knowledge of like the paces of these things, would I assume that be the case, or
It depends on what speed you want to take. It's not like these horses are like super incredible speed.
Yeah.
They're going at the same pace that any of those caravan carts were going. You could push these horses and make them go quicker, but then again, you're talking about an animal that does have stamina to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you run them ragged, they are going to need quite a bit of rest.
Yeah.
So go at your own pace, but know that if you were to catch up to them, it would be because you were just going in full bore after them, because they are at least
Or we
a
could
day
just
and
see
a
in
half
Repton and hope that it doesn't rain.
Does it
These
rain?
things harshed rain. You did notice that Lux's first paints did not mind a extremely heavy storm that hit you guys.
Sure.
So,
I think we'll be fine.
Sure. We're not carrying much in the back of the cart, I guess.
When does a little rain stop us from anything?
I don't know. I'm a tiefling. I
Kind of.
might melt.
Help sink our ship.
That is true. They might melt.
Is
No,
that a
it's just
thing?
him.
Do they melt?
No, only the purple ones.
You people are crazy. What?
Yeah.
Wait, so why don't you melt? Why does he melt? Is it literally just a color thing?
It's very weird.
Which colors melt?
I think the purple ones and the blue ones.
Right. In that color range.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What the fuck?
Then why are you out in the rain?
I got a hood. I'm fine for now.
How did you not melt when our ship sunk?
That's stagnant water. Different than rain.
That doesn't make sense.
No. Think about it. Steady, non-motion water versus like a river or rain.
It was not.
I think they're fucking with us.
You think?
I don't know. I feel like
There were tieflings where I'm from, right? I know this is bullshit.
In Rockledge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I roll insight?
However, it do not rain much this side.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah.
On who?
Make a deception check, Kelsion.
Oh,
Kelsion was for sure the one trying to push that a little bit harder. With the water part coming in. He may have gotten the ball rolling, but he snowballed it.
I rolled that one.
Oh!
Okay. I'm gonna see he rolls in that one.
8 plus 5.
I was gonna say technically it's a 1 plus 7, which is an 8.
Yeah, but
Okay, so
13.
he seems to not be lying. He's really meaning what he's talking about.
I don't know. I feel like I'm being messed with, but I feel like they're also. What?
Maybe he believes.
Do you know anything about this?
Resting peace, Grandpa.
Wait, was your grandpa purple?
No, blue.
I'm sorry to hear that. You guys must have it rough. So, do the other colors like melt with other stuff? Like, do you melt under certain conditions?
Not that I have tried. I don't know.
Like silvery and light tones, they have a bad reaction with snow.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was specifically, but it's just some bad reaction.
They could be allergic.
Maybe.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure. Yeah.
You have your book.
I can't read my own handwriting. For, 14.
I got a 17.
You begin to realize at this point that they may have been BSing you this entire time. And you might actually think that Acton didn't lose his grandpa.
I keep that to myself. But
Huh. So what's gonna make you melt then?
Honestly, I don't know.
You want to see if it's lightning?
I take out my blade and I activate my right. I don't think so.
As he cuts across his hand the small dagger.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
all right.
What makes you melt?
I don't know if I melt, but I can't really go in bodies of water.
Good thing you weren't
I-
longer.
Yeah.
They have like these bathhouse things, you know. I can't go to those.
Because you melt?
No, the water's too tall. It's so uncomfortable.
Don't they have a...
I almost
a
drowned
side?
in a hot tub once. Fucking sick.
Look at these people trying to do my voice. What the fuck? But
Don't they have like a kiddie pool there?
no, they're not gonna let kids take baths with adults. It's weird as fuck.
They don't have baths?
There's some
for
weird
kids?
ass people in. I'm not going there.
Normally the bathhouse will water only
How
go
weird
up
do you
to
think it
your
would
waist.
be? How weird do you
And
think it
then
would
be,
be
like, at his shoulder.
if
It
me,
is at our waist.
if
Yeah, but no,
if
like
current me,
at his
I am 55 years old. How weird do you think it would be if I
They
walked
know.
into a kid's bathhouse and said, "I'm here because I'm short"? That's not happening.
I mean, how desperately do you want to be clean?
Not enough to go to jail. There is a registry. I don't want to be on it. Okay.
And with that, CAEDRIK just made it canon that there is a sex offender registry in Ithalian.
It's not happening.
Jaron B frantically writes down notes.
No.
First on the list.
No, I'm not budging.
No,
It's
it's
second on the list to kneel back.
Huh,
No.
Third on the list, Zenral.
no, on the page,
Oh, kind of
it's
is.
just no other text. It just says sex offenders. Just no
I
other,
don't want to be on that list.
Just no other
So-
notes on that page. That's it.
That is some deep childhood trauma. I
With
don't
that
need to know
note,
that anymore.
as you all begin heading south down to Atarum, you know, Kyle, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
On that note, sex offenders.
Hey, speaking of sex offenders.